Yo. It's Grapsody with Will, Phil, and Reg, trying to keep it real instead of what you usually get from these talking heads. It's Grapsody, we're here to fill the void. 3 black fans, different perspective, got to fill your voice. Coming with the podcast, talking majors, indies in between. Yeah, it's all that, and we're down with Fightful, better fall back. Coming for respect, we connect like a ball bat. No need to double check, these are all facts. You're listening to us talk raps. You're listening to us talk raps. Will, Phil, and Reg. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps.
Morning. It is I. It is he. This is Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsay. Of course, I'm joined by Righteous Reg. How are you this morning?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, your favorite commentator. Big Righteous in the building. I'm feeling good today, Philip Lindsay. It's Saturday morning. It's been a weird week, but we're going to finish this off in the right way here on Grapsody with my homeboy, with the homies. What's good with you, man?
Yeah, it's been a long week. It feels like it's been a long week. It's been scorching hot here in Shy. Almost 100 degrees the other day.
Oh.
Just ridiculously hot here. But we're here.
Don't know nothing about that.
Got some wrestling to get into. Got some other stuff to talk about, I suppose. Yeah, I tweeted the other day that I had this really surreal moment of realizing my dad is old. I mean, I already knew my dad was old, but he turned a big 70 on the 14th, and I was like, yeah, my dad's that old. And so I went to go visit him on his birthday, and even everything about this visit, I was just like, yeah, my dad's old. And it's still very hard processing that. Like, I'm of course very grateful that my dad is still here. I'm grateful that we are in a good place. We were in a spot at one point where we were not in a good place. We're not really speaking, whatever. So long time ago. But we're in a good place. He's healthy, so grateful for that. But it's still very surreal. Everything about it. Like my sister came by as well, and yeah, I was just looking around like this is odd. Like he's got my sister has her oldest is 20, I think. And even everything about it, I was just like, this is
And then like you just had a birthday, so like all these things are just like we're at a certain age too, so it's like, man, this is crazy. G.
Yeah, my dad's birthday is 2 weeks after mine, so yeah.
Dog, 70 years old. As black men, we know we come on this show all the time talking about things and health and being a certain age, and we're not supposed to make it to 70. They put all the obstacles in our way to try to stop that. And black man in Chicago, and you said he was into some nefarious things at a certain point, like making it to 70 and still being healthy and great, man. What an amazing thing, man. Happy birthday to your pops.
Yeah, he's also he's very funny because he's very much one of those like very holistic black people. He's very much into his herbs. He is very much into like his nutrition and everything. And yeah, fascinating guy in a lot of ways, man. Very fascinating guy.
That's why he's healthy and 70, man. He's one of those guys. Is he buff?
No. I told you he tried to race that one weekend I came in here and he fell, and I was like, Dad, you don't need to run no more. It's okay. I think you've ran enough in your life. It's all right. You don't need to run no more.
Running in your late 60s sounds crazy. I'm 40, and I can't even tell you the last time I even tried to run. Like a real run, not like jogging to catch a train or something, let's get down, get your shoes off. Black people love, for some reason, taking their shoes off and running in the middle of the street. I haven't done that in at minimum 20 years, you know?
Yeah.
These bones would turn into brittle off for one run. Maybe we should do a run next time we're in the same vicinity, Phil.
No, I think I'm good. I don't think I can't remember the last time I actually tried to like run at full speed. I think I'm good. Cause I mean, like, even if you're like staying in shape, and I am to the point where I work out regularly, but like running is different. Running is
totally different. I didn't even know that you worked out regularly. When do you get time to get that in?
usually in the morning or
Early morning guy.
in the morning at night. So
that's what's up. Damn, that's what's up.
you,
I mean,
you
we
kind
got
of
to
have to at this age. You kind of have to. And if you're not staying in good shape, and you are past 30, you better get ready because everything starts to get more and more difficult. So you do need to be more cognizant of your health, what you're eating, and everything.
You just be randomly throughout the day. Why am I so tired? G, like you gotta because trying to keep up 25-year-old lifestyle at 35, and if you drink alcohol and you move like that, like you have to prepare for this. You have to get some vitamin D. You have to go outside. A lot of people don't be going outside. That's a big deal.
No.
People don't go outside. It's crazy. Nobody touches grass, as they say. Who's the grass touchers out there? Who's that masked man? What's up with y'all on Grapsody World?
Yeah, but getting into some of these super chats. Appreciate you guys as always. Send in your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on the stream. You can also send us a Humper Chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
We always want to shout out our supporters, Grapsody people. So excited to be here with us every Saturday morning, talking some pro wrestling, talking some other things that Phil and I like to get into. Y'all are the best. The homie Matt Rakiel says, another great episode of Grapsody with Reg and Phil. Great morning of Joshi with TJPW and Stardom. Here for the discussion of WWE and AAA running up against All Out in Chicago. Me and Phil will be in the burbs, right? Now, Phil might pull up to that AAA show, I think.
I completely forgot about that until just now. But yeah, WWE did announce a Worlds Collide event for the same day as AEW All Out. That's September 25th, right?
Where's the WWE show at?
It's going to be at Allstate Arena in Rosemont. And AEW All Out will be at Now Arena in Hoffman Estates.
Wow. Is this the first time that they're like compete? Like they compete all the time, same days, but like same area? Because they're competing for fans at this point.
Yes and no. I don't think it's the same audience. Because I think
it's not. Yeah.
Because obviously there's a big Latino community here in Chicago.
Absolutely.
And they're going to go and pull up for some Lucha Libre. We've seen that with the AEW shows, with even when Impact comes here and other promotions come here and they have some luchas, we see they always show up. And so they're going to be people that pull up for that show, but I don't think that's the kind of event that's going to sway anybody that's already going to AEW All Out. You're taking one of your tertiary promotions and putting it up against All Out. That's not going to really move a lot of people. It just feels like this is more of a, you're continuing to try to stake your claim to Chicago, and that's being very purposely done. They've been doing that since Punk came back. And I said that with the way he came back at Allstate Arena, the fact that they ran United Center, they haven't ran United Center in 20 years or so. They're really trying to stake their claim here, and I think, certain things like this is just more of that. But yeah, I will be at Now Arena. I've already made plans to go to Now Arena before the show was announced.
Yeah.
And hey, man, I like a lot of what AAA does. I think,
Match of the year, a lot of people say happened there.
yeah, I think the Mass versus Mass match this year was great, but I won't be there. I won't be there, guys.
And I'm sure they'll stack it because, like, I've seen Damian Priest over there, and like they have some WWE superstars intertwined in there. So I'm sure this show they'll try to make it a super show. But like, I think you're right. Like the crossover, the fans that are going to AEW, they're not going to be swayed to go to this AAA show.
No, those are going to be people that are already WWE fans that are going to pull up for that, and most of those people weren't going to AEW All Out anyway.
Right.
So I don't know. Then, I'm sure that, like you said, they're going to try to put some WWE superstars here. It makes a lot of sense to put Gable there with the development this week. Excuse me. Gable is going to be challenging for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. It's going to be in his hometown. I think Gable's going to win, especially where Gable is. And how
he should win.
How hot he is. He should win. You could easily put Gable on that card at Worlds Collide defending the IC Championship, especially with his ties to AAA and the Grande Americano stuff. I'm sure they'll probably put Dom on there if Dom is still champion by then. You got current El Grande Americano. I'm sure they're gonna try and put Punk on there in some way, even if Punk just opens the show and says something. They're going to announce an appearance for Punk.
Funny.
He's probably not gonna wrestle, but they're just gonna put him on the show just for the sake of trying to pull people to go, hey, Punk is here, so pull up. But again, those are WWE fans.
Right. Yeah. It wouldn't be the same thing. Like even if they announce it immediately, they're like on Monday, hey, Punk's going to be blah, blah, blah. And there's time. It's still going to be kind of the same thing because the crossover is what the crossover is. But that's so funny that they are definitely going to say CM Punk, bring CM Punk there because why wouldn't they?
Yeah, because they did it with like a random NXT. So they're going to do it. And I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I feel like this is going to be the same kind of situation as WrestlePalooza versus All Out, where the people that want to watch All Out are still going to pull up and they're still going to talk about All Out. It's not going to affect anything. The people that are WWE fans and are going to look for another WWE event to go to this summer, they'll pull up to this. And it's kind of ambitious to try to fill Allstate Arena with a AAA show, especially that weekend with All Out. Yeah. I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out for them. I'm not one of those like attendance or ratings guys, but I have to assume that's kind of risky.
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny because we've known AEW or there's been talks or stuff about them legit holding off on announcing events because WWE does things like this where they try to announce in the same thing, but it being in the same area is like crazy because like even if there's not full crossover fans, if there's casual fans that are like, hey, I want to watch wrestling this weekend, what are my options? And you see a WWE show, you might just like that might be automatic, or there might be some fans that, if you already got a all-out ticket, some wrestling fans have locked all their plans in already. Phil, they got their place to stay. They got this. They don't want to switch over and do these things. So it is very ambitious to try to go head to head, but this is the game at this point. I'm not surprised one bit. I'm like, yeah, I'm surprised this isn't happening with every show at this point.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I think there are smaller venues in the city that they could have run, but they're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that.
They only know how to do things one way, and this is what they're going to do. And even if they don't fill up Allstate Arena, they just want the news coverage. It's what I told you guys last time with All Out and WrestlePalooza. They just want the news coverage. They just want to be disruptive. They just want to make a point of trying to plant their flag here. It's not about trying to change the rating or trying to sway people to not go to AEW show.
That's what the whole Andreas thing was. Like, well, nobody remembers nothing from fucking WrestlePalooza, but like we remember talking about WrestlePalooza because of those grades. Remember talking about that and like who was talking? What's the AEW thing? You know?
Exactly. And yeah, WrestlePalooza was not received well. All Out was the much better show that weekend.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter.
What was on the timeline that whole weekend? The grades, the talk about WrestlePalooza, the talk about Brock, all of that stuff was all over the timeline.
I'm glad. I hope AEW just continues the strategy of this doesn't matter. Like they're not going to start booking this to try to compete. It's like, no, put your head down and continue doing what you're doing. You don't have to go off course because this show's happening at the same time. You know?
Yeah. They should do a big 6-pack match for the international championship or something with every lucha they have.
Absolutely. They're going to have to. They can't do their. I will say AEW can't do their same strategy, Phil, of announcing this show a week out. Like they got to start talking about who's going to be a part of this. It's hard because All In and all these things kind of surrounding it. But like, if they're going to have to say what this show's going to be at some point here moving forward.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I saw it and I just chuckled, and people, of course, were sending me messages and saying they're fighting over you now, Phil. And I was like, buddy, if y'all think this is a difficult decision for me,
they're not.
Y'all don't know me very well because I will not be at All-State Arena.
I'm like, they're definitely not fighting for Phil. It's okay. It's fine.
If this was a different show, maybe I would consider it. But
if this was a full WWE paper PLE, as they say.
Yeah, I would be annoyed because especially, as somebody that covers both, I'd be like, why are you putting me in this position where I have to now try to like keep up with both things the same day? I'd be annoyed by that. But like AAA,
you're good.
Not even the third brand, the fourth brand. No, I think I'm good on missing it. I'm okay.
The fourth brand?
No.
They cooking though. We're not no shade. No shade.
No, Taker is cooking over there apparently.
Best booker, they say. Every time I hear that, I'm like, y'all are silly, man.
I've seen people say that's the most consistently booked wrestling show on TV.
Me too.
I've definitely seen people say that.
And they're serious too, Phil. It's not a bit. Like they're real.
I don't watch it enough to have an opinion. I keep up enough to know what's going on, and if there's a match that I think is good, I'll pull it up and watch it, but I don't watch it consistently enough.
I don't know why this Booker talk made me think of this Jeff Jarrett clip from Dark Side of the Ring where he's talking about his beer belly, and then he's like, yeah, I looked myself in the mirror and said, I do not want to look like this. That's when I switched to vodka.
When I tell you, I've watched that and rewound it so many times, and I was crying laughing at it. Like real tears coming down, dying laughing at it. Hilarious, man. Because it didn't even look real. It looked like it looked like something you would see on like Mad TV or something. It was like, wait a minute. And I still haven't seen that entire episode of Dark Side of the Ring. I haven't seen any of them so far this season.
Me neither.
And every time I see that one, I'm like, no, I have to pull this up and watch the whole episode now.
Karen's all heartfelt. She's like really worried about this guy. And he's like, nah, man, I just switched to a different alcohol. Like, what do you guys want from me?
What a guy, man. Such
a wrestler.
There will never be another Jeff Jarrett, bro. Which, by the way, I watched the Wrestler a few days ago. I haven't seen it in a long time. And first of all, I don't know why Aronofsky cannot just make happy movies. Why are all his movies so sad and depressing? Even The Whale, which is a very good movie. Mm-hmm. Why is it so sad? Like Brendan Fraser's great in it. But it's such a sad movie. And same thing with The Wrestler.
I watched The Wrestler within the last year, and I was thinking that watching it, like the wrestling part's already so sad, and they're like, let's add in these subplots where he's like extra sad, also where he just hates himself. I'm like, this is such a sad movie at the end.
Yeah, and so, but I did find myself like as somebody that covers wrestling now and all the things around wrestling, I was like, yeah, this definitely captures the vibe of wrestling in 2007 or whenever year this came out.
Definitely. Good time capsule.
Ring of Honor, like being backstage at a Ring of Honor show, and the guys that were there at that time. Austin Aries is in the movie.
Yeah.
Ron Killings is in the movie. And
the cat.
Claudio is standing around like everything about it. Just I was like, this is definitely wrestling. He definitely captured what wrestling was, and he absolutely captured for some people the experience of a wrestler that was that big from the 80s.
Yeah, it feels exactly like when initially watching it, I was like, yeah, I've heard this story so many times, but like rewatching it now and hearing even more stories, I'm like, wow, they like got it down to exactly what that guy in that position goes through, man. Just like if you guys never seen The Wrestler, I'm sure a lot of you have. It's a great film.
Great movie.
On indie wrestling, because most wrestling films that come out, it's like so WWE centered, as you know, of course, but like this one isn't at all.
Yeah, I mean, like clearly the main character is influenced by like mainstream WWE wrestlers. But everything in the movie is very much independent wrestling. Like he's backstage at that show where he did the big hardcore match, and they're taking the staples out of him, and there's like a CCW banner on the wall behind him. And everything about the hardcore match is very much like something you would see at GCW or Combat Zone at the time. So absolutely captured like what indie wrestling is at the moment.
I mean, a mainstream film with CZW and ROH in it is just like, what?
Yeah, the last scene in the movie takes place at a ROH show.
Right. The last image you get is Ring of Honor when it's over.
Yeah, I did find myself looking around like, this is a guy that is having all of these health issues, and the last thing he does potentially in a ring is a flying headbutt. I was like, that's a little too close. Still makes me very uncomfortable.
If it hadn't happened, it's gonna happen in the future. Like that's what this movie was about. Like this is what these wrestlers are, man. They'll put it all on the line. I always think about that. They have that documentary or that miniseries on Vice, The Wrestlers, and there's one that's on Lucha Libre. And they're talking to one of the luchadors, and he's all, the biggest honor that I would have is dying in the ring. And I was like, that is, and like, there's so many luchadors that are like, yeah, dude, like the biggest honor we could have as luchadors is my last breath being inside of a wrestling ring. And I'm like, I love me some wrestling, G, but we got to relax.
That's insane. Yeah, Mickey Rourke was really good in that movie, Trey. That really put him back on the map. Like, that was his career resurgence, and
then he came to WWE. That was hilarious.
Yeah, he used WrestleMania that year to promote the show. All of the stuff with Jericho is still very funny. Jericho's stories about it are hilarious. But yeah, he did not win an Oscar that year. I think Sean Penn won for Milk.
Yeah, Milk.
Yeah, which it was tough competition for Mickey Rourke that year. I think he was also going up against Brad Pitt for Benjamin Button. So yeah,
it was gonna be a big hill to climb regardless.
Yeah, but yeah, one of the best performances of his career easily. I would say it's one of the best performances of the past decade or so.
Absolutely, yeah, and one of the best wrestling movies, if not of all time. So that's it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, very sad movie. I wish Aronofsky would give us some happy ones every now and then. I will not watch Requiem to a Dream ever again.
That's a one and done right there.
I will never watch that movie ever again. One of the most
watched it once
movies.
And I was like, who let me watch this? And I was an adult.
Yeah, one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen. I will never watch it again. Very good movie, but yeah, I don't need to see it again. I'm good.
There's a lot of movies like that. Like, yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm gonna take that one in, and we're done here. That one definitely felt like that.
Yeah, I have a list of them. 12 Years a Slave, another one. I will never watch 12 Years a Slave again.
There's two that I can't even start. It's the Emmett movie and Fruitvale Station. I live in Oakland, California. I can't physically press play on that movie. Every time I think about it, and everybody's like, "It's great." I'm sure Busby will be in the comments being like, "It's a great movie," but I can't. Like my being can't. I can't do it.
Same thing. Emmett Till happened here. That
See?
happened in Chicago. Like, Chicagoans know his story. If you're black and you're from Chicago from a certain time period, we all know his story. And I will not turn that movie on. I will not watch it. I have no interest in watching it. I know the story. I've seen the images of him after what they did to him way too many times. I'm good. I don't need to see it. I've seen Fruitvale Station. Very good movie. That's part of what started Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan's career together, their working relationship. Yeah, I'm with you though. I don't need to watch it again.
Just can't, dude. But yeah, there's just certain movies like that. I'm like, they're too close to home. Even a fictionalized version with stories and stuff is just like, when you know, like exactly what you're describing, when you know the real stories, when you've seen the real images, when you've seen the real news stories, you're like, that's enough for me.
And see, I don't know if kids growing up now, in schools or in things have seen that picture of Emmett afterwards. Like, it was in the newspaper. It was like, I've seen it enough. I'm good. I think
I saw it in like a textbook or something the first time, and I was like, don't show me this.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still in textbooks. I don't know if it's I don't need to watch the movie. I'm good. I'm so good, guys. And I know his story. I know the history. I've had that conversation with people about like the slavery movie or period movies for black people, and some of them are great. I've watched a lot of them. I think I've reached a point in my life where I've seen enough of them.
We got
I think I'm good. I don't think that there's a new way to cover this subject matter. I think I'm good.
When I saw the poster for Will Smith doing one, I was like, yeah, let's wrap this up, y'all. I think we're done here. It was like Emancipated or something. I'm like, I don't.
Still have never turned that movie on either. We'll never watch it. I'm good. Like, this is Will Smith. I don't want to see him.
I love Will Smith.
No, I'm so good. I'm going to pass on that one. I know, listen, man, we got the Oscar. King Richard is a fantastic movie.
Yes, that's what we want. I want that.
We don't need it no more.
I understand, Phil. They're like, maybe if we have Will Smith tell the story, I don't need it to. Nope. I don't need him to.
No. Will Smith's story about why he passed on Django and then going to do that movie is so interesting.
A couple of he passed on The Matrix for a certain reason. He passed on. I'm like, dog, what?
Bro, passed on The Matrix and passed on Django, like. Hey, man, letting one get by you, baby. He's let a few get by him, which is It was another big one that he passed on, and I forgot why. It'll come to me, but it was another one that was as big as those two movies, and I was just looking around like, what?
He's had a lot of luck because I was watching a clip of Martin this week saying they wanted Eddie Murphy for Bad Boys. And I'm like, damn, Will Smith just kept lucking into things so many times. Like, getting Bad Boys became a friend. They're still doing Bad Boys movies. And he could have been nowhere. And then Eddie Murphy also was going to do Rush Hour. I'm like, they were just calling Eddie Murphy for everything pretty much.
Because he was the biggest black leading man in the world at one point. Like, they had a role and they needed a fast talking black man. They were gonna call Eddie.
They were just writing movies and being like, yeah, this is Eddie Murphy's part right here. And it hit every time. Oh man, that's why Chris Tucker got so lucky. They were like, damn, this guy's talking fast. He's kind of like Eddie. Like, let's use him now.
Yeah. Nah, the Eddie Run is still the Eddie Run, man. The Eddie Run didn't just make him a lot of money. It opened a lot of doors for a lot of black men. Yeah. It's people still eating good off Eddie's Run.
I mean, I brought up Martin, Will Smith, all the guys that kind of do that kind of thing. Like, Eddie laid the foundation for y'all.
Yeah, absolute legend. Greatest of all time, in my opinion. Greatest stand up of
1000%.
all time. Greatest comedian turned actor ever.
My favorite actor of all time, Eddie Murphy. That's the guy.
Yeah, I know he's had some bad ones, but
I mean,
man,
you have to.
listen, man, you're not gonna erase that run from the '80s up. He was killing shit. Nobody was doing it like him.
Going to the movie theater to watch Nutty Professor and just like experiencing that. You can't come on.
Man.
Come on,
man. I will still sit and watch if there's like a marathon of his movies. I will still sit and watch them. And these are movies I've seen countless times. I don't care. Yeah. I will still sit and watch all of his movies.
Go. The other Mikey V says Jet is tied for most title defenses in TNT title history and less days than everyone else. Tired of this narrative that he doesn't defend the belt. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
That's what I'm wondering too. I was like, when he won it, he was defending it every week. It's been like 2 weeks of him not defending it, but he's defended this championship already.
Yeah. That whole argument, I don't get it at all. I've seen some arguments about Kevin to have to do with the criticism of this redemption build, which we'll get into.
Yes.
Because I have thoughts, but
it's not the Jets' fault though.
No, the stuff with Kevin, I think, was some of my favorite stuff from Dynamite this week.
Yeah.
I thought out of all the stuff they've done with Kevin since he joined the Don Callis family, this week was the most I enjoyed him.
I liked last week too when he came down and he was flexing on Kyle and Kyle was looking at him like, "What's up with you, G?" Like, I like his energy the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't understand some of the talk of him not defending his title. That might be people that don't watch Collision as well, because some of those title defenses are on Collision. But no, he defends his title.
Yeah, the Reed and Desmond Xavier matches are fire. If you guys haven't seen them. Yeah. Rick Young says, and I took that personally. TK booking all out.
We're gonna see. I've seen a lot of people talk about not bringing All Out back to Chicago and how the Chicago crowd got to prove something. And y'all talking to the wrong people when y'all say that. Yeah. Prove something to who? Like, what do y'all mean? So I assume this is gonna be a good show. And the last All Out that was here was 2024, I think.
Prove something to who is hella funny.
Yeah, what do you
people
mean?
that don't sniff pay-per-views are saying that, Phil. That's why.
Listen, man. I know y'all feel away, but I gotta let that go, man. Well, say jealousy's a weak emotion, man. Y'all gotta overcome that, man.
Straight up, it's not Chicago's fault. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just doing what they're doing.
Yeah. I was right. I think it was 2024 because that was the year we got the Hangman Swerve Steel Cage match. The end of the show. And then Brian versus Jack. And that was the start of the Death Rider stuff with the bag. And that was also...
Brian versus Jack. They were so mad at my friend for being like, why is Jack here? They're still mad at you, I think.
Nobody will go back and retroactively admit I was right though. But yeah, that we got Osprey Pack on that show.
Oh yeah, no, that was a really good show. Yeah, actually.
Statlander, Willow, and the street fight. That was a really good show. That's
why when they're like Chicago, I'm like, but all of them hit when they're in Chicago. So like, what do you mean?
Yeah. I have no doubt we'll probably get a good All Out this year. I mean, last year's All Out was very good. Even with some of the criticism of the booking of that show as well.
It'll be great. Metal Death says the Fed's about to get their cheeks clapped on September 26th. Overpriced, under-deliver is already causing low ticket sales for SummerSlam and Saturday Night Main Event. Triple GPT better get ready to hold that L one more time. Now they're loading it up, Metal Death. Like, they're coming from this angle, they're coming from this angle. They figured, like, if you don't like this main show, you'll like this show. And if you don't like this show, you'll like this show. Like, I see the play, but they need to probably focus their attention on other things, I think, at this point, Phil. Their attention might be in the wrong place.
That's a good point, though, Megadeth. We didn't bring that up. It definitely depends on how much the tickets to the show are going to be, because they've been overpricing a lot of their tickets. If you're still trying to use that same value for a AAA show at Allstate that weekend, that show's not going to do well. You got to price that show accordingly.
Have they been doing that? Because there was a lot of talk with.
Don't seem like it.
I know. I've been seeing off the backs of the SummerSlam sales and what's been going on the last couple of months of people being like, they better lower ticket prices, but I don't feel like they have, because like the ones that are bought already are them same prices. So like if there's 30,000 seats already sold for SummerSlam, then like them 30,000 people paid those prices. So why would they change is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or I think 2025 All Out was in Toronto, right?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was last year.
And they saw what happened. They was like, we got to get back to Chicago.
Yeah, I felt the way. I saw that All Out thing go up, and it had that maple leaf on there, and I was like, what's it doing over there? Listen, get our flag back on there. What's that on there? What's that? Get that off there. take that down.
Flag back on there. It's hella funny.
Take that down. Put those stars back up there. What are we doing?
You guys don't have the full claim to the pay-per-view, Phil.
Listen, All Out has historically been here the most out of any other city. It's the spiritual successor to All In. It belongs here. We're not going to talk about how All In has never come back here, and I think that is a travesty. But no, there's a reason it's always here. And I am already going to start my agenda. I think for the 10-year anniversary at All In should be here.
Where was the first one at?
The first All In?
Yeah, it was at Allstate.
It was in here. It was here at Now Arena.
Oh, it was at Now. Gotcha.
There's a plaque on Now Arena for All In with the lead on it and Cody's faces on it.
So why are people like, they know AEW's patterns? Like they kept going back to Vegas for Double or Nothing because they started in Vegas at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
And they continue to go back to Chicago for All
It's tradition.
Out because they've started there. Like, why wouldn't they continue these traditions?
I know, man. People be trying to act like traditions don't matter, man.
Well, when it's not theirs, like if this was in their city, they'd be like, yeah, let's keep up tradition.
That's why I said, man, hey, man, I get it, man. If I was living in middle America and somewhere like Ohio and I've never gotten an AEW pay-per-view, I get it. But don't get mad at me. It's not my fault.
Listen, again, 2 pay-per-views in the last 6 months in California, so I'm sorry. I don't.
Yeah, listen, but again, my agenda, I'm already setting it in stone. 2028, All In should be in Chicago, Illinois. I don't know what we got to do. We probably won't get it at United Center.
No.
But yeah, 2028, All In should be in Chicago, Illinois.
Well, if they're going to continue the big boy stadiums, are they going to do that?
Hey, man, book Wrigley. Do something.
Listen.
But 2028, it should be here.
Is it too hot to go in August?
No, we should be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do that. Come on, Tony Khan.
2028. I don't know who I need to call, but 2028.
Because how long can we keep up this Wembley thing? Oh, we talked about it last week. They might have like a contract with them. So
yeah, I think they have a deal with Wembley.
Cool Fool says, is Jordan Grace this generation's version of Gail Kim? Gail was not utilized properly under Vince McMahon, and today Jordan similarly is not under Triple H, which is a surprise. Like, there's a couple of wrestlers that I was like, oh, this guy's going to love this. This is going to be home run wrestlers. Like, I'm still surprised that Karrion Kross isn't like 10-time WWE champion by now. And I thought Jordan going over there with how she was doing in the Royal Rumbles, how the fans were reacting, how she was going 1,000 miles per hour, and how she looks, that this was going to be easy, but it hasn't been easy.
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities between her and Gail. Both have had the TNA careers, and then, coming over here. I don't get it. When you look at how they received her initially when she was doing the Rumble entrances and how much the fan base seemed to like her, how much it seemed like Sean liked her on NXT, and she didn't win a big championship on NXT even, and then she came to the main roster. Gave Jade arguably one of her best matches and hasn't been in the title picture again. They're doing this big ladder match coming up at SummerSlam. They've got other things going on, and they're not doing anything with her. She's not even in a tag team. I don't get it. And she's been doing media. When we were in Vegas, she was available for media. She was available for interviews. I don't understand what's going on. I don't get it. And when you look at her body of work as an indie wrestler, she's ahead of some of the women that are there that are some of their homegrowns or some that came straight from the Performance Center. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. She's got the look. She can wrestle very well. I don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing.
Confused. Very confusing. She can work right now. She could be world champion. Like, she could do all the things. It's very confusing.
Yeah. And like I said, it seemed like they really loved her. Like, they were putting, even when she was in TNA, they were putting her on their stuff. They were putting her on their social media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened.
Has there been a TNA wrestler that it's worked out for? Where's Joe Hendry at?
No, Joe Hendry at least got a WrestleMania moment. I mean, when you scrutinize it, there's but still, he got a WrestleMania moment. He's in the mix right now. He's in the mix with the Vision or whatever the hell he's doing, but he's there.
Yeah.
He
But I
was
mean,
he was in the talk with the Tony, with the sorry, not the Tony, the John Cena stuff, and
he was. The grass isn't super greener on the other side, is what I'm leaning towards. For some, it can be, but it's gonna be a tall hill. Like Mike Santana, I'm worried about what's gonna happen over there with Mike Santana. You know.
Definitely seems like that's where he's going. Do we see him tonight?
Yes, they should. Like, they should go all in, but like, again, I don't have faith in it.
I don't know. Yeah, other than those two, who are the other big TNA jumps? Kind of it.
Damn. Felt like there was more for some reason, but there's not. There's some people I thought were gonna maybe make the jump, but they didn't. They did it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, ooh.
That's right.
Ooh.
They dropped a video this week, so they'll be prepared to take some bookings again soon.
Yes. Things are about to get hot. I saw that Sinner and Saint got granted their TNA release, another TNA release. Like,
it's looking spooky over there.
Because all the lingo around it feels the same, Phil. It's all the wrestlers being like, hey, let me out of this contract.
It's looking really spooky over there. The fact that so many people are leaving soon as their contract are up or getting out of there even before their contract's up, and it's looking real spooky, man. I don't know what's going on, but it don't look good.
It's like, are they preparing for something? But they're always preparing for something. There's a couple of guys over there, namely Leon Slater, that I'm like, I wonder what Leon Slater's going to do.
The way he's been losing has that look to it.
I didn't want to say nothing, but
listen, I came on here when all of that Ricochet stuff was happening. I was like, why is he doing that?
I remember that.
Why are they doing that with him?
I remember that. Because it hadn't even crossed my mind before you said something. I was like, oh, yeah. And now I'm like, oh, yeah.
No, I just saw it, looked, I asked the question. But, I got to be careful when I ask questions now.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what's up with homie Leon Slater? I know a couple places that would love to have him.
Listen, I thought it was a done deal.
Me too.
You're telling me it's a chance?
I thought it was guaranteed. This guy was on with Javon Evans. I was like, they're about to be the
they
new guys
us
over there.
Speaking of Javon was fantastic this week in the gauntlet. Really happy for him. The reaction to him from the crowd, they really wanted him to win. Mm-hmm. And then, they used the heat from him getting eliminated for Gable, which was the right call with where Gable is. And you want to capitalize on the match versus match stuff. And like I said earlier, going into Minnesota, and he still hasn't won the IC championship. This all started with him wanting to be IC champion. So this was the right call. Yeah. But Javon looked fantastic.
Javon's incredible. I love that this early people are so behind him. When he gets that big moment, it's going to hit hard already, which is crazy.
Yeah. He dropped that IG post that said he was tired of losing.
He should.
Very cryptic, but I assume it's
working.
It's a work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everybody following Jey Uso now, Phil. It's Instagram posts to get your little bits over.
Gotta be careful with them IG posts, man. Don't put them paragraphs up there like Punk was doing at one point. I was like, bro, you gotta reel some of these in, my guy.
You getting your shit off over here? I see it, but don't.
Yeah, and I don't believe him. He's saying he doesn't have a Twitter account. I don't believe him. I think he got burner.
Absolutely.
Which, speaking of, we got to update because we talked about the Tyler Hero stuff last week. I did not know that's why Bam punched him in the face, because turns out he was on his burner talking crazy.
Listen, sometimes your burner is not a burner, or they'll find out what your burner is, G. It's not hard.
Well, he was moving kind of crazy with his burner. He was talking to a fan, and then the fan screenshotted the DMs and started sharing them.
First rule of having a burner, you can't be in people's DMs talking. You can't, you got to move like a burner.
Yeah. Everything about that story now, it's very funny. Bam pulled up on him in Vegas, and yeah. Gotta be careful what you say, man. Consequences, man. I know people be thinking you could just say stuff on the internet, and people get too comfortable. Consequences to stuff you say.
You could get slapped.
I grew up in that era where you could get jumped. Not just that you could get beat up, you could get jumped. No. Gotta be careful. Don't just be, no. Sometimes things are funny. I made this joke with Andrew when we were on the live stream yesterday. And I said, nah, man. It's quite consequences to joke. You might think you're funny, and this is just somebody that thinks something. A lot of things are very funny, but in certain rooms, it ain't that funny. It's cool. Keep that joke to yourself, dog. It's all right.
As somebody who be laughing at everything, I've experienced a lot of those. Like, oh, it's not the time right now. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this and stay over here. Yeah.
No.
Even if it's hilarious, like, oh no, I can't right now.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta know when to keep these things off the internet and out of certain rooms. Everything don't belong out there.
There's just some guys you can't play with also, even if you think like, man, he's cool, he's this. Now, some guys aren't that.
It's a very big guy, man. And the ways the ways that Tyler Hero was talking in some of those screenshots was very interesting. Yeah.
When you start gatekeeping, that's why.
Yeah, it was. Some of it was.
They let anybody in anywhere, Phil. That's all I'm saying. As we're reading those, I was like, oh, I see. This guy, he thinks. You know.
Yeah, I definitely got that vibe from reading those messages. I said, yeah, this again.
You think you earned something here, huh?
That's again, you got to be careful where you talking and how you talking, because buddy. Yeah, no. But yeah, be careful with these burners. And I know that there are a lot of ball players that have them. There are a lot of wrestlers that have them. That is definitely a thing. And if you don't think that a lot of these people have burners, buddy, let me tell you, yes, they do. And there are people that you are not expecting that absolutely have a burner.
Watching you, probably responding to you in your message. I mean, in your thread.
Yeah.
But definitely liking and seeing everything. Wrestlers and entertainers in general are very funny.
Yes.
The homie Meet Normus says, we got a little Meet Normus after dark during the 24-hour stream. Let's crank. No, I'm not Pollo Del Mar. How you know? Crazy that TK pulled up too.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that was the ongoing joke for most of Jeremy's stream that TK was going to pull up, and then he actually pulled up. But yeah, congratulations to Jeremy on a successful stream for a good cause. It's really cool. I don't know that I would ever pull off a 24-hour stream. That sounds nuts, but he got through it. He did it.
Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to the crew. I was off the grid because that's what life is for me sometimes. Denise is talking about doing a 24-hour stream, and I said, leave me out of it. I'm like, I'll come in for like an hour or two, but like 24 hours straight. Do you know how long that is? Like,
it's 24 hours.
It's 24 hours. Do you know how many hours that is?
Yeah, I put in a few hours with him, and I was at that point I still hadn't slept, and I said, "Yeah, I need to go.
Let me go hit the hay." Shout out to y'all. Shout out to them. Shout out to Jeremy. Yeah. Deontay Soignier says, Kenny beat Max for the title. Ha ha ha. Max, you suck. Kenny, we love you. What's up, y'all? Blessed day all around. Long 2 weeks, but good 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been some action happening the last couple of weeks in AEW, Deontay. And Kenny's the man now. You're the man now, dog. And glad to have you back, homeboy. Grapple Geekery says, working on chores and listening to you fellas. Your friends with older parents are your best resource to commiserate and vent. Speaking of old stuff, the Lame Maker, I'll read a book during that match.
I'll refrain because people think we hate Jericho.
They do.
When that video aired on Wednesday, I didn't watch all of Dynamite Live, by the way. I watched it back after the fact. And when that aired, I was looking around thinking, okay, I know he's doing all this greatest hit stuff since he's come back, but maybe we could have left that one on the cutting room floor. It's cool. I didn't need to see the Painmaker come back.
Just get somebody who knows how to do face paint to do the face paint. That's all I'm saying. Like, I know you're a DIY wrestler. You do everything yourself. Like, I'm that type of guy too, but there's some type of thing. There's some things that, like, if you just get a little help, it'll look better. That's it, Chris. You know?
Yeah. And this is, again, my criticism of him that he can't just go in, have the match. I really liked that last Ciampa match at Beach Break. I thought it was good.
Phil, when he said Tommaso Ciampa's name, I wanted to scream because I knew what that means.
We can't just let it go. You got to keep the feud going. I just don't know why. Don't know.
I said another match for what?
So he could get his win. That's why. He's gonna win eventually. That's why.
I'm like, why in what kayfabe world should Tommaso Ciampa be like, yes, I already beat you, dog. I'm not gonna fight you again.
Well, I went and put some makeup on. What do you think of me now? I got this fedora on.
I brought my little hat.
What do you think? Maybe another match?
We're big I like Chris Jericho, man. The Ricochet, the Tommaso Ciampa match was hard. That's also why I'm like, well, why are you running in the back?
We don't need it. It's cool.
Jericho Vortex. Great Devlin says the only complaint about G1 is that I don't like Now Arena, but I'll be back for All Out. The counter programming, who's this for? People going to AEW already bought tickets and don't care.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not that fond of Now Arena either. I prefer Wintrust when New Japan and AEW does stuff that's at one of the smaller venues. I know why so many people keep doing Now Arena. I know why AEW does. AEW clearly has something with Now Arena. I'm sure they have like a contract or something. So I get it. It's very far from me. I hate the commute to get out there, and I just prefer when it's in the city. It's right there, close to the downtown area. It's closer in vicinity to a lot of other things, and you could just it's a quick train ride. It's better, but yeah, I agree. The whole going out all the way out there for G1 Saturday was a chore, but it was a good time. As somebody that was on my bucket list for a long time to go to a G1 event and getting the opening night of the G1 here in Chicago. Are you kidding me? This was everything I could have asked for. And I thought the show was very good. We got an excellent main event. Tsuji versus Takeshita, I think, was one of my favorite New Japan matches this year. Probably not as good as their Wrestle Kingdom match, but still very good. Tsuji has been on a tremendous run this year. He's been having great matches. I did review the entire show. It's on our YouTube channel if you're interested. But we are officially moving on very quickly because that's how G1 season goes. We're officially into night 2. We're getting night 3 tomorrow. So it's that time where people got to keep up, and as somebody that is usually up at crazy hours, I'll be up to watch it, but also a lot of wrestling to keep up with.
It happened so fast too. They just start going through it. Matches are happening, angles are happening. Like, it's a good time though, especially for New Japan.
Yeah, but yeah, I had a great time at the show. Saw a friend of the show, Lyric there.
Yes,
I saw a bunch of other people there that I don't get to see that often. Saw the homie JJ there. Saw Coffee Black. Shout out to him. Stop by and say hello. I can't remember other homeboy's name that I saw outside that stopped and said hello. Again, always appreciative when people stop and say how much they enjoy the show and what we do. Very grateful for you guys.
Every time, never gets old.
Yeah. When people are like, "Oh, I feel like I'm bothering you," I literally was not doing anything. I probably was just standing here.
Yeah, every time.
I'm trying to get out of the building like everybody else. It's okay.
And even if we're talking to somebody, still not doing, just kicking it. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. At one point, I think I was just standing there waiting to call an Uber to go meet somebody and go somewhere else. But that was it. I was just standing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate you guys. And yeah, what a fun night. Not a perfect show by any stretch. I saw a lot of complaints about the sound quality from people that watched at home. It was very loud in there in the building. It was a small crowd. That's usually the crowd for New Japan. It is very niche, but this was definitely a New Japan audience. This was definitely the crowd that was there for that. They got loud for all of the stuff that I expected them to. Aaron Wolf translated much better than I expected to the American crowd. I was really happy to see that because clearly he's really popular in Japan. I didn't know what the U.S. fans would think of him because they don't have the same connections with the Olympics and everything. But he opened the night, and that crowd really liked him.
Chicago is smart fans, as we've been talking about for this whole show, so they understand New Japan stuff, and you can feel they know how to react like the New Japan things. They know how to react for things they need to. So that's why they go to places like Chicago.
Yeah. Definitely a New Japan audience here. Definitely indie crowd that is not just here for, whether it be WWE or AEW. There's a strong indie scene here. This is a wrestling city. So, yeah, but I mean, the reaction to Yudo Ice, buddy, that guy is over. I already knew that, but seeing it in person, they got very loud for that guy. The Let's Get High chants went off. And I believe this is the first time I've seen a crowd get the Let's Get High chant going because it's never worked in Japan. I can't imagine Japanese audiences chanting that. That's a very American chant. That's something that would work here. And You know, I know where I live. It's funny. I was talking to Chris Carlton after the show, and he was saying how it sounded like some people in the crowd took it literally because I knew what I smelled after that chant went up, and I was like, "Look, I know where I'm from."
Let's go, Chi-Town. Sounds like my type of time.
Yeah. But yeah, Udo Ice was cool. Oscar's new presentation with the new music. I thought that looked great in person. Seeing Jake Lee in person was definitely something. He won his match, which...
Yeah, I was going to say a couple of those results. I was like, oh, yeah, that's not what Phil and I predicted. That's interesting.
Yeah. Can't always be winners, man. But I had a great time at the show.
The homeboy Sonata had on a cold ass fit I saw.
Yeah. What a guy, man. Bro, I love everything Sonata's doing. He still seems like he's not quite where he was in ring, where he was when he was champion, but still very entertaining to watch.
That's dope, man. I want to go to a G1. I'm jealous. I had FOMO. Bring a G1 to California. I will pull up.
Yeah, I think if you were going to put it anywhere else, maybe Texas or San Fran made a lot of sense because they've had the G1 US shows here before. And I think the last time the G1 was here was in Dallas. But then they also had that kind of supercard show along with the G1 that was in San Fran.
Yeah, when I was on a fucking cruise and I didn't go, one of the worst regrets of my life. Unbelievable.
I was at that show, I think. Yeah, I was there because that was the Cody versus Kenny match. That was when Tama Tonga and the guys kicked the Elite out of the Bullet Club.
Still mad about it. I went on a stupid ass cruise, and what happened on the cruise? Nothing. It was a stupid ass cruise.
Yeah, that was a very funny night. I remember walking out of the venue that night. It was at Cow Palace, I think.
Cow Palace.
Yeah. I remember walking out, and I was standing in McDonald's across the street from my hotel, and that was when Brock came back to MMA. It was the same night.
Different times.
It doesn't seem like that was that long ago.
No.
It was what, 2018?
18. Yep.
Yeah. Wasn't there a show? There's a New Japan show in the Bay, right? Around that same period. That was where the Golden Lovers,
the tag match,
Bucks match was. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you go to that show?
I think I was on vacation for that one too. I missed both of those. Yeah.
Still, I think that's possibly the greatest tag team match I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. I could have been there live.
I know our former co-host thinks it's the Bucks versus Kenny and Hangman, but I think Golden Lovers Bucks is still my favorite tag team match ever.
You know, that's the one I was on the cruise. The other one, I was somewhere else for the other one. Okay. But yeah, still mad about it. Still sad about it.
We did get night 2 of the G1 this morning. Pretty strong show. We got the undercard matches and then 6 G1 matches. Unfortunately, we also got the news that Shota Umino had to withdraw from the tournament.
Oh, no.
Because he sustained a concussion at some point. Really sad news for him. He seemed like one of the favorites this year to go far in the tournament. Yep. I really enjoyed seeing his progress year to year. Watching him at Windy City Riot last year and seeing the reception to him change to the loud chants we got this year, I felt like he was going to have a solid run. And unfortunately, he had to withdraw. This is the second year in a row, too, where somebody came into the G1 hot and then they had to withdraw after the first night. The same thing happened to Gabe Kidd last year. So really unfortunate.
I was liking after the Pac match at Forbidden Door and the kind of how his momentum was. I thought he was going to have a really good run. This is super unfortunate, especially because like a lot of these New Japan guys, the G1, they train for the G1. Like this is such an inaugural part of the year, and for it to be over so quickly is unfortunate. Speedy recovery to the homie.
Yeah. So
concussions.
Unfortunately, he is out for the remainder of the tournament. The rest of the competitors in his block, they just got added the 2 points that they would have gotten from either losing or winning the match with him.
Gotcha.
Poor Zack Sabre Jr. because he had the first match with him on night one. He doesn't get the advantage of getting a bye week at all because he's the only wrestler in this block that wrestled him.
He probably likes that.
Yeah. So, but this morning we got Drilla Maloney versus Gabe Kidd, a match that came in with a ton of story following Dominion, and of course these two guys were in the Dogs together. The Dogs made the jump to AEW. Gabe Kidd is a dog and a Death Rider. I kind of chuckled when he came out and they had the Death Rider beginning to his theme song now. He's fully leaning into it. Everything Gabe Kidd is doing online and at these shows is very funny. Getting on Twitter and saying, "Oh, I got to go and compete in this fake Continental Classic now." Really funny stuff. The fact that he's just completely flipped sides and act like none of that happened, it's really, really funny.
It's amazing, man. He's like, "No, I didn't used to be the biggest New Japan flag carrier. I fucks with AEW." That's hilarious. This fake Continental Classic is insane.
Egregious, bro. Egregious, bro. But yeah, all of the story coming in. Gabe is also the new IWGP Global Championship. Kind of a blessing and surprise in disguise now that he beat Shota before the tournament. Now that Shota's going to take some time off, and he's kind of doing the Naito thing of acting like he doesn't care about the belt. He's like flinging it around, throwing it at the floor. And Drilla is the guy that stayed. He's the guy that has all the skin in the game with New Japan, and the crowd was very much behind him. The heel stuff that Gabe was doing coming into this match worked very well. These guys got bloodied. The end sequence to it was very, very strong. These guys trying to do each other's signature moves. But Drilla Maloney picked up the big win. Big upset for him to pick up his first 2 points. He hit Gabe with Gabe's own knee that he does, and then he did the Drilla hole pile driver and finished it off with his finisher, the Drilla Killer. Big win for him, and afterwards he picked up the IWGP Global Belt, so I do think we're going to get that match sometime in the future, but really excited for that. Big fan of Drilla, so I think that's dope.
Yeah, Drilla's incredible, man. He's improving, getting better. I think this tournament's going to make him even better. And I always like how in the G1 you get that story. If he beat Gabe Kidd and now he could get a title match. Like, this is how you do like a rematch off of a match and it feels good.
Yeah. I thought that they did a great job of transitioning from the storyline at Dominion to this, putting Gabe in a big moment. In the triple threat with Andrade and Shota. And even though he lost, he got some of the loudest reactions in that match. That crowd wanted him to win. And so this is a great way to keep this going. You got a easy story to tell with him and Gabe. And you can keep this going into, I mean, I don't know where the match will happen, but I mean, you could easily push this all the way to Wrestle Kingdom if they want it.
Definitely. Just super dope for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, I said before, everybody doesn't need to make the jump. I understand why the Dogs made the jump to AEW, but so far so good. I think this has really worked out well for Drilla. And I mean, there's no saying he might not come to America eventually, but he could use something like this to continue to raise his stock.
Yeah, it works out sometimes for people like him when there is a big flux of people going over, because now you're kind of the big fish in the small pond, to say the least, of overseas wrestlers being there. And I think this is totally working out for him. Some people just have to stay the course and really let New Japan mold them. And I think that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, he showed a lot of fighting spirit in this match. I think that, again, this guy's going to end up being a big baby face for them. Like I said, looks fantastic. This guy used to be a junior heavyweight. He is yoked up now. Looks tremendous. Every time I see him, I'm like, this guy does not look English, but he's like the most Italian-looking English wrestler.
So Italian.
It's so funny every time I see him.
Hella funny.
Great O'Khan versus Sonata wasn't great, but was
Big
what
surprise.
it was. Great O'Khan picked up the win. to pick up 2 more points for him. Well, I'm sorry. I think he lost his first match. Let me double check that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lost his first match. I'm sorry. He only has 2 points. And then Konosuke Takeshita took on Jake Lee. I said coming into this match, as someone that's not a big fan of the Jake Lee stuff, hey, if you can't have a good match with Takeshita, we got some problems, man. This match was just okay. It wasn't bad. Okay. It was fine. It was more of Jake doing his mannerisms. He does that little the Stephen King it dance that he does, the little clown thing he does. At one point, Takeshita goes and gets a towel and starts trying to wipe his makeup off his face because he made the point coming into this match. No, I want a serious match with Jake Lee. I don't want any of this clown stuff. I don't want any of these shenanigans. And so he's got him in a corner, like trying to wipe the makeup off his face with the towel. Very funny stuff.
Jake Lee. So in Takeshita terms, it was. I don't want to say bad, but not if it ain't. Because Takeshita puts out nothing but big bangers, and a fine Takeshita match is like a bad Takeshita match at this point.
It was fine. I don't think it was a great match, but it was fine for what it was. Takeshita ended up picking up the win with the Raging Fire, and yeah.
Thanks, Jake Lee.
Thanks for pulling up. This is the second G1. Picked up the win night 1 over Shingo Takagi. I do think he's going to end up in the Final 4, guys. I'm preparing myself for it because you need a big heel to make it that far into the tournament. And when I look at the field, it's going to be him or one of these House of Torture guys.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be shenanigans either way.
Yeah, and obviously Callum Newman is probably going to make it far. Callum Newman and Yuya Mura tore it up on night 1. Really great match. Then after that, we had Bolton Oleg versus Yudo Ice. This was more of Yudo Ice trying to show his spirit, trying to put on a gutsy performance in his first G1. He had Oscar on commentary throughout the night. I thought he had a great showing, Yudo. He showed a lot of tenacity against Bolton Oleg, who is like tossing him around. He's trying to hit Bolton with all of these strikes and grind him down. It is not working because he's a big, huge man that looks like he's made out of iron and did not work at all. He kicked out of some big moves. He definitely showed he belonged in this match, but Bolton inevitably picked up the win. I laughed when he hit the verdict to win the match, and Oscar goes F5, and Walker Stewart's like, no, verdict.
So many big guys do that move. It's hilarious, and everybody's little fix of a name for it. It always makes me laugh.
I mean, the history of the name Verdict with New Japan and Brock as well makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun match. Bolton Oleg is a ton of fun to watch, man. One of my favorite big men in wrestling at the moment. Yeah. He moves really well. His moves look emphatic. The Bolton shake he does. At one point, he's hitting Yoda with those big Bolton bombs he does. And I'm sorry, I'm wrong. He did not win with the verdict. He hit the verdict at one point, and Yudo kicked out. He ended up winning with Powerbomb Symphony almost. He hit several Bolton bombs to win.
Powerbomb Symphony. Haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, haven't seen Warlow in a while.
Don't know him.
Hope he's doing well.
Yeah, me too.
Shingo Takagi versus Ryohei Oyawa was also pretty good. Oyawa was the guy so far. Looks great in this tournament. Shingo Takagi is looking to come back from his loss to Jake Lee on night 1. He ended up picking up the win over Oyawa in a very strong match. Big, heavy lariats in this match that looked crazy. Yeah, I would not want to be on the other side of Shingo Takagi coming off the ropes at that speed. It looks terrifying.
With his chest and how he throws those lariats, yeah, I wouldn't. Not really the guy to do that coming from behind after his first loss is so silly, but that's what the G1 is.
Gotta have upsets in there.
Yeah.
You gotta have upsets in there. Speaking of upsets, big upset in the main event: Hiroki Goto versus the IWGP World Champion Yota Tsuji. This match was fantastic, guys. Really, really good. Goto somehow still manages to do this every year. The G in G1 still indeed stands for Goto.
Absolutely.
He was tremendous in this match. He pulled out the big sunset bomb he used to do all the time, the Kaiten bomb, and it still looked tremendous. He dug deep in his arsenal for Tsuji. Tsuji is still hauling back with open hand strikes and just like leaving massive whelps on people's chests because he's insane. And he's still doing that sudden gene blast in the middle of the ring that I don't know how he gets into it and still looks just as explosive if he's not coming out of the corner. But Hiroki Goto picked up the win here, guys. And a very good match. The ending sequence with Goto coming out and hitting that big spin kick and then following it with 2 GTRs to win. I don't know how he keeps doing it, man, even at this age, but
he's good. He's great.
He looked amazing. This was a great main event. Afterwards, Goto says that he wants to be the oldest wrestler to win the G1. And it's believable. I don't think he's going to win, but with the performances that this guy puts on, it's believable. And that crowd was absolutely behind him. Molten hot crowd for this show, for this main event. If you don't see anything from this morning show, if you're trying to get ready for night 3, absolutely check out this match. This is a can't miss match.
And he beat the world champion. Like you said, he keeps doing this. Like you think he's down and out or not a player or not a factor. And he's like, actually, I'm this guy.
Yeah. Goto is exactly who he says he is. He's currently leading A block with 4 points. Takeshita is right behind him with 2 points, followed by Bolin Oleg, Yota Tsuji, Shingo Takagi, Jake Lee, Great Okan, Yuto Ice, and Ryohei Oiwa, who all also have 2 points. Sonata is at the bottom with 0 points.
That guy Sonata.
Drilla Maloney is in a 4-way tie at the top of the B block with 4 points, along with Callum Newman, Aaron Wolf, and Oscar. And then Yuya Mura, Zack Sabre Jr., Ren Narita, Gabe Kidd, and Hanare all have 2 points. I was confused by the points at one point because I was like, when did Callum win 2 matches? But I forgot it's because Shota is injured, so he automatically gets to 2 points.
The easy 2. And then when's night 3? It's about to happen.
Night 3 is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We've got 3 B block matches for tomorrow. Drilla Maloney will be taking on Hanare. That sounds awesome.
That's a fire match.
Oscar versus Gabe Kidd. Callum Newman will be taking on Ren Narita. And then Yuya Amura versus Zack Sabre Jr.
That's heat. Night 3 got some heat on it.
Yes. Yuya Amura did lose in night 1 to Callum Newman, but he's still my pick to win the tournament. I have successfully picked the winner of the last 2 G1s. I'm feeling pretty confident that's going to be Yuya. Which, I mean, I wasn't surprised that Callum win. He needed the win coming off after the match with Tsuji and dropping the belt. So that was the way to make him a threat going into the G1. He's still nursing the shoulder injury as well. So I wasn't shocked.
Yeah, this is dope. I'm liking, again, it's youth, it's new people. It's kind of, they're letting new people get victories. They're establishing new stories. It's good this last couple of G1s. And you've predicted them, the winners, almost before the tournament started or super early into the tournament. So Phil's got them picks, y'all.
I think that's the best thing currently about New Japan, the youth movement, and just seeing all of these guys develop. That's why I was so curious to see what Shota was going to do in the G1 this year. Really unfortunate that his time in the tournament got cut so soon. But speedy recovery, Tim. Hopefully he will be back in time and he'll factor in the plans for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too long. Them concussions could be fucking 2 weeks, a month, or 6 months. Like, you just never know.
Yeah. Let's get into some more of these super chats.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the best way to get your chats read on this stream is to send us a super chat.
You betcha. The homie Ben Sifner says AEW needs to respond with more video packages.
It's not enough.
They have a lot of video packages already in promos. Ben also says they also need to start saying AEW superstars. Listen, direct fighting fire with fire is not going to work. Grapple Geekery says there's a YouTube video where kids meet the luchador Peligro. One of his kids asks when he'll retire, and he tells the kid he hopes to pass in the ring. Yeah, luchadors are
To
like,
a kid?
they give it up. They don't care who you are. They're like, my life's goal is this is it. Even the kids. Crazy life. I like it. I respect it.
That's wild.
Gravel Geekery also says, I enjoyed the adventures of Pluto Nash. Mm-hmm.
Can't say I enjoyed that one, buddy. And there are Eddie Murphy movies that are considered bad that I really like, and it's not Pluto Nash. I know
what my number one is? Fucking
Norbit, right? I like Norbit, guys. I'm sorry. Norbit is not a good movie, but God, is it funny.
Such a good movie.
I'm sorry. It's not good, but I do enjoy it. I quote Norbit pretty often, too.
It's a bunch of tropes. Like, it's silly, but then, like, it's great. Like, it's like, I watched it as an older person, but like if I had watched that at 8, I would watch that shit 5 times a day as an 8-year-old. But like it hit for me as an older person. Like it just like tapped into whatever that was.
No, Norbit's hilarious. There's another lesser known Eddie Murphy that I like because
yeah, there's a couple of 2B ones that I like. The one with him and Robert De Niro, I think it's called Showtime. I watch that one all the time.
Hilarious.
I love Showtime.
me and the Wesley Snipes type.
Oh, my other one is fucking Bowfinger, dude. I fucking love Bowfinger.
Bowfinger is hilarious, bro.
Bowfinger is so fucking funny.
What's the one he's in with Luke Owens? His I Spy?
I Spy. Yeah, he's the boxer.
I think I Spy is very funny. The way he talks in first person the entire movie. Kelly Robinson would love to see you do that. It's hilarious.
See, Eddie, man. Go.
Nah.
Those are all lesser known ones. Like people don't be talking about them when they talk about Eddie Murphy.
No. I've seen a bunch of people say Golden Child, and I don't know if I consider Golden Child a lesser known Eddie Murphy movie though. It might be one of those because it was during that time where he was on that hot run. It probably wasn't as successful as like 48 Hours or some of the other movies, but I like Golden Child.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it came out during his run, so a lot of people always kind of mention it, you know. C. Delgado says TK said on In the Weeds he considers this a compliment.
What?
He considered what a compliment? Being on In the Weeds? Maybe that's what he's talking about.
I want to interview Tony again because we haven't interviewed him since the first time, and I would love to ask him about the Giannis Antetokounmpo thing. I feel like nobody else has ever asked him about it, and I know he sees this clip on the timeline. I know he sees it pop up. I know he sees the jokes. I would love to ask him about it.
Me too.
Oh, the counter programming, that's what he sees as a compliment.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. He should. I mean, anything if they're like, oh, these people don't matter, they're this, they're not even competition, but everything we do is showing that they are competition, he should take it as a compliment.
Oh, Jeremy asked him about the Giannis thing? That's pretty funny.
Jeremy would. He totally would. Basketball guy. Our fan McKinnon says, I think people's main problem is All Out, specifically in Chicago again, and kind of want change like Double or Nothing leaving Vegas.
I got change. I got it last year. I got Toronto last year. What's the problem?
You see what happens when they went somewhere else. They tried it. They didn't like it.
Yeah. It was a great show.
Like I'm on your side for Vegas because I was in those Vegas crowd. And I was like, maybe we should try something else. But Chicago isn't. There's not a lot of times where you're like, damn, Chicago, what were y'all doing? You know?
They keep trying to give us a bad rep, and I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting any of it.
There's been a couple of group chats where somebody comes in and they're like, hey, Phil, defend Chicago for this. And he always is going to defend Chicago for this. Never fails.
Who do you think I am? Like, what do you?
Right.
What are you doing?
That's what I think every time.
First of all, I am like the biggest Chicago guy you know, and then on top of it, when have you ever tried to debate me on anything and I've ever backed down on it? Like,
never, not
who do
one
you
day,
think?
not one time. The homie Shy Task First says Canada took All Out from us 1 year and then decided to try to kill us with their forest fires. That Maple Leaf can die. It's bad over there in Chicago too. I saw you were saying something about it in the group chat.
The air pollution from Wednesday to all the way into Friday was horrible here. It was the smoke and everything from those fires. It was awful.
Yeah, Will was telling me about because they were in Boston, so he was showing me some pictures of the weather, and he showed me wherever they had the orange day. We had an orange day here in the Bay in 2021, I think, because there were bad fires, and I'm like, I'm sad. I hate that everybody else has to deal with this because we're just breathing this shit in. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta wear masks. It's crazy outside.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So love out to everybody dealing with that shit.
Yeah, I answered that question. So, I will be at Now Arena for All State. I will not be at All State, guys. I will be at All Out. Won't be there, buddy. And yes, we did have Worlds End here in Chicago last year. I don't think that's going to be a regular thing though. But we didn't have All Out last year. That's why we got Worlds End. Right.
Tony likes to do things like that. Like, if I took this away from you, I'm going to give you another thing.
Well, then also Tony has family here, so I'm sure it's convenient to put it around the holiday here, and putting Worlds End on the 27th right after Christmas here made sense. He used to do a Dynamite episode here every Thanksgiving Eve. So
yeah, see, and I'm not mad about that at all. Like, use this as like, oh, shit, I'm going to be at home. We can stay. I can do this and then have a wrestling show. Sounds good to me. And if it's got to be Chicago, then it's got to be Chicago. Tyrone Kidd says WWE doing a Danhausen uncursing parade. Do better. What consists in a Danhausen uncursing parade, Phil?
I have no idea. I have no idea, buddy.
But again, utilizing Danhausen, again, every time I turn on not wrestling things, Danhausen's there. So, like, I'm not mad at it.
Bro, they're basically booking their Madison Square Garden show around Danhausen. That was the first match announced, wasn't it?
Again, just you even saying that, because they're booking around Danhausen. How did we land here? Tyrone also says, thoughts on TNA Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit with the Jeff Jarrett thing. We haven't seen it in full to really to say it, but I've watched some clips, and wrestlers are wrestling, to say the least, Phil, with what they're talking about on here. I'm like, oh, that's a flip.
Yeah, I've only seen the clips. I haven't seen any of the episodes in full.
That's a flip. I don't know if it went down totally like that, but you think it went down like that, and I think that's worth it. So
wrestlers, that's why every time we see an interview and a wrestler embellishes on something and people are like, he lied. A wrestler lie? When?
Since when?
Can't believe this happened. A wrestler did an interview and lied about something?
That's what wrestlers do. But I'm going to check it out, though. Maybe. I don't really. I don't really watch a lot of Dark Side of the Rings because they make me feel a type of way, but maybe I'll pull it up. The other Mikey V says, shout out to Tekla. She's making sure she's working as she should. Like, why? She's in Japan, so she's not on TV. But when she is in America, put her on TV. G, what are y'all doing? Give her a match.
This was again. I had the same feeling again watching Collision. Collision was really good this week too.
It was.
The main event was fire. Speedball versus Mark Davis was big. That was a banger. But yeah, this was again watching Collision, watching Tekla's promo on Collision. I thought it again. I said, hey man, I like Willow as much as the next person, but I think Tekla should win. She's not going to, but this was again, I had the same feeling.
When Tekla came and sat down on that chair and cooked for like 49 seconds or something, I was like, yeah, this is why she is who she is and why she's moving how she is. She's just so locked in. It's not that we're against Willow and don't think she should do this. She's just so locked in that I'm like, I want to see where this goes. Let's keep riding this train, you know?
Yeah, but shout out to her. Getting booked in Japan again. They tried to keep her out. Is a Stardom champion again. Her and the Sisters of Sin are the new Artists of Stardom champions. I don't know how I feel about that because God's Eye were a great trio. But I did think at the end of Dynamite this week, I'm like, hey, man, what they doing with those trios belts over there? A conglomeration got them? I can't put them over here because I don't know. The main event of Dynamite, I thought, hey, man, these two trios they're a lot of fun to watch. And so this opens a bunch of possibilities for you. I assume Tekla and the Sisters of Sin are going to defend the belts in the U.S. at some point. That's the only reason I would guess why you would put the belts on them.
Right.
And
not
you
just for visuals, like it's got to mean something, right?
Right, and you just did a big trios match, the main event, Dynamite. You could probably run Willow and Maya and Hyan versus them. You could run Mercedes and Divine Divinion against them. So that gives them something to do. I assume also Starlight Kid and another tag team might face Tekla and the Sisters of Sin somewhere else. Maybe that's how you get her on the All-In card. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I like this. I think it's dope. I think the work Tekla, of course, is doing is amazing. But getting the Sisters of Sin in there too, it helps them working other places like we've talked about on this show before. Them having more reps is what's most important. And them being in big moments, I think is going to help everybody out.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense too if you're going to do the All-In match. And if it's not Kyrie coming in for a match, but Kyrie teaming with Starlight Kid and adding another member, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, that'll be dope. Our homie Aaron Busby, the Buzz 408 says tickets not selling for SummerSlam isn't surprising. It's a strong card, but not strong enough for a stadium, maybe in an arena. And it's 2 nights also, right, Phil?
Yes.
Like that, when WWE's in the position that it is and business is down a little bit, it's still very up. They're still making a lot of money. Doing 2 nights off of what you were, because like 2 years ago, you could have did 2 nights of SummerSlam and it would have hit off of vibes. But like you can't run off of vibes at this moment. That it's going to need to be a little bit more. I'm not super worried about it though, Phil, because like there's still some time. They'll be able to pull some strings, but like doing 2 stadium shows is going to get difficult when it's not WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, the tickets are expensive. I think that's the big thing.
Regardless,
I think that's why a lot of tickets aren't selling the way they expect. They're expensive. It's the same thing happened with WrestleMania. These tickets are expensive.
And there were people telling us in Vegas, like people that I know go to WrestleMania, that were like, I can't afford it, or I can't do this because of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they're gonna keep pricing out. They're pricing out their hardcores and people that can afford to do it. So imagine the people that are casuals are on the whim getting tickets. It's just moving different now. Grapple Geekery says, my brother and I love The Golden Child. That's one of those Saturday morning movies. It's just on randomly and you just sit down and watch that shit. It's a family one.
Yes. Classic Eddie movie, man. Everything about it. Great movie. Yeah, that's also when I realized as a kid, Eddie be getting it in. Eddie gets all of the women. Like when you look at like his roster of like leading women that he's been in movies with.
I say it now. Like sometimes I'll watch old Arsenio clips because him on Arsenio is fucking hilarious because of their relationship. And like when he comes out, the women are like ravaged. They're like they're like going crazy. Like when Mike used to come out, like I understand why they had such a relationship that they had because like they were kind of on like Eddie was up there of like this guy is like America's sex symbol and shit, and he's just like the funny guy, you know?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen the different reactions now.
Absolutely. Deontay Soigné says, I'm happy for any place that gets a pay-per-view. NOLA gets one, maybe two a year, and I try to be grateful, but WWE has fucked me over. AEW didn't. So TK, NOLA pay-per-view, please. Yeah, I think AEW should do one in New Orleans.
Absolutely. Yeah, WWE, they bamboozled you. Had The Rock come out and make that big announcement for WrestleMania in New Orleans. Then they took it back. Then they gave you Money in the Bank. Then they pushed Money in the Bank back. And then they pushed it back again. So it'll happen at some point. I think we're at September now. No, October. Sorry.
October. Yeah. They really pushed that thing back there. Feels like they're going to put some good emphasis on it. It's going to mean something. But like as a New Orleans fan, I'm sure you guys are like, give us the fucking show, G.
Appreciate you guys for all your super chats.
Yeah, y'all are dope.
We have some Humper chats here, and send in your Humper chats at humperchats.com/Fightful. Here we go. We got one from Tony P. He says, let's all give Jeremy his flowers for the work this man did for 24 hours plus hours on Thursday and Friday for a wonderful reason. We are proud of you, man. Also, that last bit with TK was very good. TK popped me with his WWE belt /shag belt answer. He is quick with it. I didn't see any of the Tony interview, but sounds really funny.
Tony's a funny guy, as we've seen him do a bunch of funny things, and he's going to continue to do funny things. But that's dope of him to show up on there, though. He would.
Yeah. Tony also says he'd officially introduced Bobby and Giannis. Their intro showed that the big three left a positive impact on a lot of players today. Hate for a certain Chicago podcaster. Plus the NBA hit the celebrity deathmatch Mills Lane, and they said they'll allow the punch to Hero. Yeah. Well, it's not much they can do because it didn't happen on the court.
Nope.
So they were off the clock. What are you?
What you gonna say? We got no evidence of video, no nothing. Hey, you're in trouble.
I haven't seen a video drop or nothing, so I'm surprised we don't have any video of it yet. But
super surprised. There's no way there's no video. Not in this day and age. People are recording fucking everything at every moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Very curious to see what the Miami Heat are gonna look like with Giannis next year, though.
The homie said the big three left a positive impact on. I think for some people. Some people still probably look at this like, oh, these guys, they fucked over the whole world, you know?
It's debatable. I think that era of big threes is kind of over, though.
Yeah, it is.
Because that was a time period where everybody was trying to make a super team. The era of super teams is kind of dead.
Good thing. The guy's really stretching it out, huh? Speaking of big threes.
Can't help it, man. The guy really, really likes attention.
Again, no one's surprised, like duh, but like yeah, get on with it, G. Like, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah. Funny how quickly we've just moved on from all the basketball talk, like the Knicks winning and all this stuff, all about him again. Everything is all about him. First round exit, but we're still talking about him.
I was like, I want to see more Nick stuff, more Nick stories. They're gone. They're out. I like about them.
No. They're doing press and everything. Brunson is still everywhere. He's going to be at Madison Square Garden with WWE tonight, but still everybody talking about LeBron.
Yep. Like he wanted.
Of course. Tony says the good Dynamite was okay, and usually when that happens, Collision is usually awesome. Triangle of Madness got some new hardware. So if Tekla loses to Willow, now I am hoping either the Kyrie match or the Artist of Stardom match falls through. Stardom talent at All In. Then he says the bad WWE sigh, sending AAA to Slaughter in Chicago. Oba is now dumb. Brock is now BG noise. DQ's ending big matches. They wrote Seth to be bitch again. Saturday Night Main Event feels like a throwaway show other than the main event tag. Willow missing her Tokyo Joshi Pro match. This was again where I looked around and I said, hey, Seth is right. And a lot of people are not going to admit it because it's Seth and they don't like the messenger, but he's right. And he came out there, cut that promo in Chicago, and nobody cared. But if you listen to the content of that promo, he said, hey, I hate what this guy says, and then you guys eat it up like he's right. I hate that he can come out here and say, I don't have to come to work and I make more money than you, but you work harder than me. And that makes me sick. It should make me sick because I want to be here. I want to be the guy. I want to work hard to entertain you guys. And he's right.
Mm-hmm.
And what did this guy do on Monday? He did the exact same thing that he said that he hated that he does. He tried to big bro him and say, oh, well, you know, what are you going to do if you win a championship? Get hurt again? Hey, sorry that I show up to work and I have matches where I could possibly get hurt, unlike you who works, 5 matches a year?
Mm-hmm.
And you make more money than me? And this is, again, he's been doing this since WrestleMania. I keep telling you, this guy is a heel. He keep doing the same thing. He'll come out and talk crazy to somebody, and then somebody will put hands on him, and they're like, "Ha ha, Roman still won." That's not how it works. When you're a wrestling character and you come out and you talk trash to somebody in a promo, and then you get beat up afterward, that's the heel, guys. That's usually how it works. You talk trash, and there's comeuppance.
Mm-hmm.
He's a heel.
Yeah. And he keeps doing it.
Yes,
but
he kept doing it to Jacob, and Jacob was like, "No, you got me fucked up."
But anything he does, it does it. Like I said, he's at the different level now where he's just a baby face no matter what to certain sect of fans.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is in Frank Grimes territory where it does not matter. Mm-hmm. Everything he's saying about this guy is right, but nobody cares. They're still going to cheer him.
Yeah.
They're still going to cheer him. I did laugh very hard at this guy having the audacity, though, to say that Seth needed the Money in the Bank briefcase to be champion. I said, buddy, you spent 4 years cheating to stay champion. What are you talking about? Like,
yes, fam.
What? You have the nerve to say somebody needed a shortcut to stay on top? And then his whole line about your wrestling daddy is keeping you busy. Roman. We want to get into wrestling daddies. You sure you want to do that?
Yep. I saw a clip of Austin Theory this week talking about how he was in that promo with Roman, and Roman was like, your daddy's gone. And Austin was like, I wanted to respond back and be like, yours too, fool. Like, what are you even saying? And this feels like that same situation of him being like, hey, you all these things are laid out for you and you blah, blah, blah. But like, it's like Roman's been given everything from day one. Like, they laid out the red carpet from him at every turn.
No. Trying to say Triple H is Seth's work daddy, and okay. Okay, Roman. I thought that was very ironic. I laughed at it when he said it. I said, all right, dog. We can't say your work daddy on TV no more. You can't mention his name on TV anymore. I did think it was funny that when this was the case, when Drew was yelling at Punk, I was the chosen one, and Punk was like, "Who chose you? Say his name." Because I felt like that was the retort here for Seth. Seth should have been like, "Wait a minute, where your work daddy at?
Yeah, who's your
Oh, he's
dad?
not here. Why is he not here?"
Can't do that though.
No, Seth can't do that. That's not his. That's not what he does either, though. But I'm glad he didn't let him play in his face. I'm glad he beat him down after that segment, because I was like, nah, he been playing for the longest. You talking about how this guy's number 2 and he's never been on your level, but he is the only guy during your reign of terror that beat you at a pay-per-view in a title defense. You had to cheat to get out of that ring with him. You hit this guy with a chair to get out of the ring with him, and then you proceeded for the next 2 years to never give him a rematch. And now you sitting in this ring in his face talking about, you were never on my level, bro.
Of course, that's the story he's gonna tell. Like, it was always me. Yeah, all right.
Nah,
G.
man, you ain't never gonna be next to me. Our friend of the show, great guy, Brian H. Waters. He said on his in that clip from his podcast that Seth will always be number 2 because he's never elevated anybody. And I was like, oh, y'all are getting all y'all lies off. That's what we're doing. We're just lying.
Yeah.
Because, buddy, Seth ain't ever elevated anybody. And look, even if that's your argument, that's your argument. But that's your argument why he's not number 1. Because the guy that's number 1, how many people has he elevated? I saw people saying, well, he elevated his family members. By proximity of being in the bloodline, he elevated. Did any of them beat him? Did Jay beat him? Did Sammy beat him?
Jacob? No.
Okay. I just know, as I pointed out to Brian, at one point when Seth was the visionary and he was doing the heel run, everybody that Seth beat and built up in that time period, they went on to challenge for the world title and they lost to Roman. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
The Kevin Owens feud he had at WrestleMania, Kevin lost to Roman. The Cesaro match at WrestleMania, where Seth made Cesaro look like a contender, Cesaro lost and then left the company.
Yeah.
I mean, even Cody, Seth lost to the guy 3 times in a row when he got back to WWE, made him the favorite to win the Royal Rumble, and then he went to WrestleMania and lost to Roman. But you're going to say Seth ain't elevated nobody? Okay, sure.
And in order to be elevated, like, the bloodline thing doesn't work for me, because elevated means that I'm still this without you. So, like, if we had this thing and I leave and don't see you again, I'm still elevated. Nobody in the bloodline is elevated without Roman Reigns. He has to be there for it to fucking work. And that's not how elevation works.
The only person that you could say did that is Jay. And again, Roman never lost to Jay.
No.
And in fact, Jay got hotter than he was standing next to Roman when he left SmackDown and went to Raw, and he was not around him anymore.
Jay's the only one that could be an argument, I guess.
And now he a flunky again. He a henchman again.
He just another dude, yeah.
So,
for Roman.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, if you think Roman is absolutely number 1, Roman is absolutely the top guy of this company. This is his generation. Yes.
Definitely.
He's the biggest star of this era. Yes. But when people start telling the the rewriting the history on Seth, it's funny every time because I'm like, oh no, all right, it's cool. Like I know what y'all are doing, but no, he ain't elevate nobody. I pointed out, and you should have seen this conversation because SP3 and Jeremy tried to troll me because when I pointed out that the first guy that had a truly good match with Dom that he could then put his feather in and people were like, Dom got a bright future, was Seth.
Mm-hmm.
That was SummerSlam. Are you going to tell me that Seth did not elevate Dom in that match?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, nah, they were saying the Hook is better than Dom after that. I was like, hey, dog, get me out of here. Like, that's enough. Hang these up. Like, hang these podcast bike up. Like, that. What are we doing, dog? Because he was like, you're going to say that he turned into the hottest thing those next 2 years because of Seth? That's not what I said, but you're not going to tell me that SummerSlam match did not elevate him. Like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, because if it went horribly, life would be different. Yeah.
I don't know nothing, man. I be just talking, dog. I just be talking, man.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I feel like also you can see the world title picture where it is has grown more stagnant since Roman has come back. And nobody will admit that. All the stuff with booking Oba this way so he won't challenge for the title, the logjam you have around the title picture, it's what it is because they have their way of once they pick somebody to be the top guy, they get tunnel vision and they don't do anything else.
And at least when Seth was the world champion, you believe that people had a chance to beat him. And that just makes the title reign move way differently. Like there was never a Roman match where we're like, this is it. It was always like, oh, Roman's going to win again and then get here. Like Seth, there's a struggle. There's some contenders. It means something to carry that championship. And it's not moving like that now. It's just like Roman's. It's like when Roman was champion for 4 years. It's the same thing again.
Absolutely. And they're doing great business with him. He's very popular. Again, it's his era. So it's not going to change.
And it shouldn't.
No.
He's a top guy.
No.
This is what they built.
Again, I see the games that are played. I think it's very funny that he ended up on Raw and all the other guys. Hey, yeah, I'll go to SmackDown. I can have SmackDown. The bad show now. What's considered the bad show and what is considered absolutely the flagship show. It's on Netflix. It gets the most promotion. Netflix is putting so much behind it. Yeah. Let's see what it is. But I thought the segment was really good. I thought for a what do you call it? We see a lot of these contract signings. I thought it was good.
Sounds like there's some actual heat there. That's what all that really matters, you know?
But I mean, this is easy. They have so much history. It's easy to tell this story, and they kept them away from each other long enough that you could do this. And you know, the injury and everything last year gave them a layup for SummerSlam that they didn't have for WrestleMania. But it's that time where people pick their side and everybody picks their side. And listen, again, if you're a Roman guy, I understand why, but y'all don't have to tell these lies on my guy, man. Like I know that Seth is not likable. I am one of the few people that remains in his corner as like y'all are not being honest about him, but some of these takes are crazy.
Nobody's ever really honest about him. That's fine.
No, and there are quite a few things that he does. I'm like, oh, I wish you wouldn't have done that because now I'm gonna have a long day of people in group chats or somewhere sending me things. It's just like,
what's up with your boy?
I know, man. When he said that the whole thing when he was talking about the cyber truck, and I was like, oh Seth, how you do that, man?
That was so silly too. But yeah, people go to my friend and be like, hey, defend Seth Rollins. And it's like, why does Phil have to defend Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Tough life. Especially and being a CM Punk fan too, you always gotta defend him. Like, why can't you just be a fan of somebody? Why you gotta defend all their actions?
Those two, Lupe's another one. Every time
Lupe.
something is said about Lupe, somebody will send me things, and I'm just like, just all right.
And these guys are not going to stop saying things. They're opinionated guys that are going to continue to do this.
Yeah. yeah. Oh, yeah, the swerve thing this week was very funny because I legitimately just asked a question. And it's funny because it was a question that I've been asked twice. Because I just said, hey, where is this guy? What are they doing with him? What's the plan for All In?
And Phil, it feels like even when he's there, he's not there. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a good way to get into this Hangman stuff because
Yeah.
Hangman's return was very strange. Was that just me?
No, super strange. Everything about it.
Hangman Adam Page made his return on AEW Collision last Saturday. It was in Virginia, so it made sense for him to be there. But it was announced the day before. It was announced
on a Friday,
less than 24 hours before the show. And if you have a star as big as he is to your AEW audience, and even take out the fact that he's a star, if you have somebody that is beloved like this guy is by your audience, and the way that he left, the way that he left after losing to Max at Revolution, I would think that you would have something big as his return, right? So what are we doing? And, look, I'm not mad at putting him on Collision in Virginia because that makes sense. Also, you want to do what this did for you because it did pop a rating. But why'd you announce it so short notice? That was strange.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it being on Collision. I think that's fine. But announcing it less than 24 hours, not even giving people a chance to really try to tune in or react to it or anything is confusing because of how you say, Phil, this is a top guy. This isn't just like, oh, one of the guys in this division got hurt and he's back. He's coming. No, this is like a top star that is the future of this company. Like he's going to be one of the players. And just like hey, he's going to be here tomorrow. Tune in and he'll talk is like, yeah, but like it seems like there should be more.
Yes. And then to make it even more strange, they didn't recap it or anything on Dynamite. They didn't
Not
even,
one word.
They didn't even mention him on Wednesday. I thought that was so weird. And I'm not one of the video package guys. I'm not one of those, we need more video packages. But for something as big as that, as his return on Collision, you didn't recap it at all? You didn't mention him on commentary? You didn't show him backstage? Nothing?
Not one word. I said that at the end of the stream. I was like, wait, Denise, we watched the whole show and they didn't say one word about Hangman Adam Page. And that means something, you guys. I don't like the way that they brought him back immediately. And I was like, after Collision, okay, good promo. That's fine. He's going to be back in the mix. Called out Kyle Fletcher. He made some things. And then they got to Dynamite and it was nothing. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yes.
Now, is there a world, Phil, where he's just Collision Hangman now? Is that a thing? He shouldn't be. That's dumb.
There's definitely some irony to that.
You fucking betcha.
There's definitely some irony to Hangman turning into a Collision guy. But yeah, everything about this was so strange. I didn't understand, and especially with the way that Max went away.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to be going out of your way to not notice it, to not see that this looks weird. That he was gone for 4 months. Max is gone now, and the match was changed inexplicably. And that has clearly changed the plans for Redemption. And then in the middle of this, you just bring Hangman back on a Collision at the last minute. That's all very weird.
And where's Swerve? like how we
Exactly. Everything about this is strange, and I'm not here to like push a conspiracy or say, this is what I know is happening, or even tell you guys to make up conspiracies about what you think is happening. But I'm just pointing out this is really weird.
Yeah, we don't even have to be conspiracists. We're just like what we saw presented on these shows. We're like, wait, if I like Hangman Adam Page and say I miss Collision and I'm like, man, I'll watch Dynamite to catch up, and then they say nothing about him, that's weird. That is weird as hell.
And they were just showing the stuff from a year ago from All In Texas of him winning the belt. Again, I'm not mad at the timing of when he came back.
No.
But if you air a video package or something, you air something to tease he's coming back with his win at All In a year removed, and then you interlace that in with him losing at Revolution, and then say he's going to be back on Collision with his first word since he forfeited the rights to challenge for the world title. Great. We're promoting this as a big deal because it is a big deal.
Big deal.
Go all the way back to the week after Collision, and I said on this podcast, and I said, hey, do you guys think it's weird that we haven't seen anything about Hangman? They didn't air a promo package with him. They didn't air a backstage thing with him. Nothing after he lost the belt. After he lost the match to MJF. And everybody was like, no, it's not weird to me. And I said, okay. I'm back again saying, this don't look weird to y'all? It looks weird. And remember when the stuff happened with Sammy and Dave got on and was saying, yeah, we see Hangman away. This is the way it looks like the company sees him. That's how I felt about all of this. I looked around and was like, oh, I feel this way about Hangman. The fans feel this way about Hangman. He just had the biggest win of his career a year ago. And a year later, this is how he's being used.
I started thinking it when we were talking about the build up to the Max match of like, wait, this top guy that the future of this company, he's going to play a big role in. They're going to let him do this match. And then when he lost the match, I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? And so it seems like around every corner, it's like exactly what you're describing, Phil. We love Hangman. I think he should be a top guy. I think he should be in the world title contention all the time. The company should roll off the back of him, but the company is not moving like they want that. They took him out of the world title contention already. So like, what is this?
A year later, less than a year later. It's
less than a year later.
I continue to say it's such a bizarre decision to make. But the segment itself, I thought the promo was good. Hangman is going to preach to his choir. He's gonna feed his flock exactly what they want. I thought it was genius for him to come out in the same blazer that he wore at the very first AEW press conference ever, where he announced his intentions to challenge for the world title and to be the company's first champion. I thought that was a great touch. But that's exactly the kind of stuff that him and the Elite do, because they know that their fans will analyze those things and find those Easter eggs. And I thought that was great. I loved him starting it with saying, I'm a gardener. And, I love the process of planting seeds and seeing things grow. There's such a great metaphor for, you can look at that one of two ways. He can see that as him being a guy that's been here since day one and seeing where this company is now and being a part of it, and as somebody that put his intention in the world to be the first AEW world champion, and where that journey took him to be a two-time champion, and the highlights of it and even the lows of it, and looking at it like job might be finished. Great. I thought all of the lines there were great. When he said that, I also, he's a dad. That's another way. My man was dropping a triple entendre out there for you guys.
Absolutely. Seeds, baby.
yeah. So he's a dad, and then the the way that he announced He got a vasectomy while he was away. That was funny. Very Hangman thing to do. But the promo itself and him saying, I know that it's not written down anywhere. It's not in ink, but it's my word. And I intend to stand by my word. I will not challenge for the AEW Men's World Championship again. And when he said that, I said, oh, yeah, he's turning heel.
Absolutely.
I immediately thought that. And that in itself is also very strange about all this Hangman stuff. You just had this incredible career highlight at All In Texas a year ago where you just turned face again. We didn't even get a year's worth of babyface Hangman before we're right back here of questioning whether he's going to be a heel again.
And we don't need him to be a heel. It's not like we're fiending for we need a big heel. Hangman Adam Page has got to be the guy. No, they established a great line. Even with the promo that you're talking about, like him bringing up all that plant stuff, he's feeding into his fans. He's feeding into what you guys built.
Yes. But I thought the promo, like I said, was very good. Saying that, now he has intentions. I have to find out what I want to do because, his whole identity was built around being the face of this company, being the AEW World Champion. And then also, he lost his signature match.
Yeah.
The Texas Death Match was his claim to fame, and he lost. So now you have to figure out, what's the motivation for him moving forward? What do you want to do with him? And there's plenty for him to do. There's plenty of accolades for him to chase. He hasn't won a TNT title yet. He hasn't won the international championship yet. He hasn't won a national championship yet. He hasn't won a Continental Classic. He hasn't won the Continental Championship yet. Those are all things for him to do.
Yeah.
I don't believe that he's actually going to make a point of doing all of those things, though. I think he might do one of them or achieve one of them. I do think by the end of this year, he'll be back in the world title picture.
As a heel.
Yes. And the thing that I thought about right away of him going and saying, I stand by my word. And when you think about everything that makes Hangman, and the thing that pushed him over the edge with Swerve and how far he went over the edge with the stuff with Swerve. And I thought, hey, I went through hell to get that belt out of that briefcase at All In and to get rid of these guys. They're still here. They're arguably more powerful than ever. And their handpicked guy is going to go into All In London and win the championship? And y'all are just going to let this happen? Where's Swerve? Where is Kenny? Kenny, you're just going to let this guy and his handpicked guy win?
Yeah.
You guys are friends? You guys are buddy now? You're just going to act like Mox is not walking around behind him?
I could already hear the promo that Hangman's the heel promo of you guys are with me through the journey, but then soon as I won the championship, you were gone. And then soon as I lost it, you didn't even care that I was gone.
Yeah. I lost and we went right back to a max reign. Yeah. Y'all were fine with that. I lost the right to challenge for the title again, and y'all let Max run this company. And now you're gonna let Death Rider win the championship?
That they might put back in a briefcase? We don't know. Mox is there.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think he's gonna be turning heel. Because him versus Ospreay makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, it does.
And his reasonings for being upset with it make all the sense in the world. His reasons for resenting the idea of Kenny being versus Ospreay being this passing of a torch moment, it's right there.
Yeah.
But I still continue to wonder what's going on because we haven't even had anything announced for Hangman for next week. What's the match? What's he doing? What's going on?
And I feel like if he was going to be on Collision tonight, they would have already said something about it, and they have not.
They haven't. I assume he's going to be a part of the build for All In. He's probably going to have a big match at All In.
You better.
Maybe they're waiting until we get through the build to Redemption to start that. But again, that's what makes this return so strange.
Why'd you bring him back then?
Why'd you bring him back in that way to open the show and then everything about it's weird.
They were doing the foreshadowing thing they like to do where they would show the Redemption banner in the background of some of his shots. So I don't know if they're saying he's going to have a Redemption match. They sometimes just do that. But again, this is all so confusing. Redemption's coming up. What? 2 weeks? It's happening.
It's a show called Redemption, and you're not going with it as Kenny's Redemption.
Mm-mm.
You brought Hangman back. You couldn't give Hangman a big match at the show? Build it around his redemption? I don't know.
It looks crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and they'll probably make this work because it's wrestling and you can adapt. But yeah, this everything with Hangman for the past few months has looked bizarre to me. And he did mention something about a cervical condition, so maybe he needed to take some time off for that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a health thing. He just had a kid as well, so some of this was probably paternity leave. But even with all that said, the way they brought him back and just the follow-up to it has been very strange to watch.
Is there a world where there's still some resentment for what this guy did to the Cove Crush? Now, he played a part in the CM Punk stuff. I know I could be reaching, but like, is there a world where they're still like, well, this, No.
At this point, everybody that was in the mix with that is back. Jack's back on TV. Jack just re-signed. Mm-hmm. Hangman's back. Mm-hmm. I don't think that that's what it is, but I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. And Hangman is such an interesting case as someone to pick as the top guy of this company. I honestly don't even think he is the top guy of this company.
He's not.
But even if you wanted to say he's in the discussion, he doesn't do things that we traditionally see top guys do. He's not a politicker. At least we don't know that.
It feels like that's part of the reason why he's in the position that he is, because he don't be politicking.
Yeah, I mean, at least from the outside looking in, that's how it looks. It looks like he's not a politicker.
Yeah.
He's not doing a lot of the toxic things that we usually see top guys of a company do.
It sounds like he's a team player, and that might be to his detriment.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what's going on, and even the times that he takes off and the timing of it, it's interesting. I don't know what's going on. And again, this is not me painting it like there's something I know that you guys don't know, or that there's a conspiracy. This is me asking questions because I find all of this to be very strange. And it's the same thing I thought with the Swerve thing. Swerve has had a very strange year. Let's just roll this out as well. The start of this year and the Kenny Omega stuff looked like it was heading in a direction. When they had their first match on TV, me and you sat here and said, hey, this looks like a trilogy of matches. Then they had the second match, and then that was kind of it. Then he went on that extended period where he's not on TV. He came back and did the Bandito thing. Even the build for the Bandito thing was strange because he kept ending up in like video packages. He wasn't there. He wasn't in the arena cutting promos. And then when this was pointed out, all of a sudden he was brought back there, and then he did that thing in the ring. And then the Bandito match at the pay-per-view was amazing. One of my favorite matches this year. all of the build to the Owen this year and how he was in the matches. The matches were great. A lot of the build to it, it didn't seem like he was there. It seems like he hasn't been there a lot. And for somebody that's as popular as he is with this fan base, I don't get it. And it seems like there's been this divergence of these things since the World's End match, where it looked like we were heading in this direction of building the world title picture a certain way, and then it just changed.
Everything changed. It's weird with Hangman right now after a year. It's weird with Swerve after a year. Kenny somehow broke through, and it still was kind of a weird journey for him to get where he is. But it's all super strange how this doing. And everybody keeps taking breaks, Phil. Like, wrestling isn't like this. Like, they're like, oh, I'm gone for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Like, what?
And he wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
Hangman's a bit different because he was taking time off to be a dad and all of that stuff before this. Swerve wasn't taking time off before this. When he was champion, he was working all of the shows. Mm-hmm. And even after that, he was still pretty present. He was there, and now all of a sudden he's not there. And I get trying to sell the ending to the Owen, but bro, he ain't been on TV for 2 weeks.
And again, no mention, this was him, nothing.
And you've got the biggest show of the year coming up. And that's why I asked, what's the plan? Like, what's he doing at All In?
This is what we're talking about right now, but it's not moving the needle for me. Because, like, oh, wait, these two guys are currently have nothing, pair them back together. But, like, a big part of the reason they're not paired together is because of what they did. So, like, getting them back to it's going to, however amount of time they get back to it, I think is going to be too quickly for me. And it's not going to, the heat that they need behind it isn't going to be there yet for me.
Yeah. And you could just do Hangman Swerve at All In.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the easy move here. Like, you could start heading in that direction. But to what end? Where does either of them end after that?
What does Swerve get beating Hangman, who can't challenge for the world title?
What does Hangman get out of beating Swerve at this point?
Because he still can't challenge for the world title.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the obvious call for Swerve, if you need a big opponent for him, is Mox.
Well, and then Hangman did say something about Mox in his promo also.
Yes. So I think Mox makes a ton of sense. This isn't me saying that, there can't be a direction for Swerve. I'm just kind of baffled by the fact that he keeps taking these long breaks at this point, because coming into this year, it seemed like the trajectory was one way and then it just changed. And he's been cryptic online.
To say the least.
And it looks weird. And it was so funny because when I tweeted, hey, where is this guy? What's going on? Because I just thought about it. Because I was watching something. I said, yeah, where is Swerve? You got people speculating things that were not true. Because here's the funny logic in this. And because someone goes, and I won't get into the detail because they were like, oh, well, his group chat needs to pace these things better. And I saw that. And I said, well, if I was in a group chat with him and that was the whole point, I could have just asked him where he is. Right?
Well, no, because they think that now, so they think you're talking for Swerve essentially.
But
because they think that's how the shit works.
Even if I was, and I know where he is, and I know why he's not on TV, why would I ask? To get everybody else to ask? What does that do for me?
I don't know.
If we're talking about the TV show, and we're talking about how me and you get on a podcast, and I write articles about the TV show, the wrestling character Swerve, where is he? What's his plan? What are the plans for him moving forward? And this is the question with his direction in general for this year when you've moved around his motivations as a character quite a bit. What's the plan for him? That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to like type up this Machiavellian thing like this will get everybody talking. Like this is the way to put the clout out there and act like I know something that everybody else doesn't know. No. This is a legitimate question, and this is why I've said before on this podcast that I don't tweet many things I think about the show anymore because people make it more than what it is. Mm-hmm. What's the plan for Swerve for All In? That's it. That's all I'm wondering because it's right around the corner. Hey, what's the question for Hangman? I could ask the same question because I had that same question. The difference is I was saving all of my Hangman questions for the podcast. And I also know Hangman brings out a lot of weirdo responses on Twitter. And I did not want to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's starting to look like Swerve bring out some weirdos too, but that's a different.
I mean, that's been the case for a long time, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. Look. All right. So yeah, absolutely. This is what I was talking about. Hangman said something about in his promo about dealing with cervical something, which apparently meant a pinched nerve in his spine. That's what I caught as well, and I didn't know what that meant. He said that he wished he didn't know what that meant, and he's done physical therapy for it. So I'm assuming there was some health issue as well. Sure. I can totally believe that. My issue isn't with him taking time off. My issue is it isn't even with the timing of when he came back. Mm-mm. It's how it was executed and how it's like the way it was announced last minute and the fact that there was no follow-up to it on Wednesday. Like there was nothing about it at all. He wasn't talked about at all on Dynamite.
Yeah, like it's not okay that he was out because he should be present on the show if he can be, but it's not even about that. It's about how they've been presenting him and how they continue to present him, and not like people have been injuries. People have had these same things, and like there's video. Look what happened when Willow went out. You know what I mean? Like Hangman needs I'm a motivational video coming back. I'm this and this and this. He ain't get none of that shit.
Yeah. There are just a few things this year with AEW that I've been just kind of looking at like, what's going on? Like, why is this booked the way it is? And as for as much as I enjoy the world title picture with Max as champion and the chase around him, even everything currently with this redemption build, what's going on, bro? Like, it sure seemed like Max versus Kenny was going to be the redemption match, and it felt like that was going to be the centerpiece of redemption. That's why it's happening in Canada. That's why the name of the pay-per-view is Redemption. I thought that it was pretty clear as day that that's where that match was going. And this isn't the usual people turn it into, oh, well, you fantasy booked something, and now you're asking questions because what you fantasy booked didn't happen. No. They laid all the breadcrumbs for this. And so it is strange that all of a sudden the match happened on a Dynamite. Yeah. And Meltzer said the same thing. He said at one point that was the match. And then when it wasn't the match, he wasn't sure why it wasn't and what changed. And so, yeah, it's like, what's going on with that? Why did that change? And once it changed, once you started pivoting, again, hey, it's wrestling. You got to adapt. Card subject to change, brother. What's happening, though? Like, a lot of this is just bizarre. Like, and I don't think even all of it is negative because we did get Beach Break out of it, and Beach Break was great.
It's fire.
It was one of the best episodes of Dynamite this year.
Mm-hmm.
But the follow-up to Beach Break shows you how chaotic all of this was, because there's no way you can have an episode of Dynamite that was that good and then you follow it up with this week's episode that was kind of all over the pace. The pacing of it and like the promotion of it was just very strange. And Like
was
the match,
skippable Dynamite. Like if you skipped it, you didn't miss shit, and that's crazy.
I mean,
after that Beach Break show,
you had a very successful episode last week with just how well received the episode was, even how well the ratings were last episode. And then your follow-up this week, it wasn't what I would have assumed you would have done as a follow-up to that. And the matches were good. I enjoyed a lot of matches from the episode, but the stuff that you're promoting, like Kenny becoming champion, the pay-per-view that you've got in less than 2 weeks, All In, it was like, wait a minute, what's going on? What's happening?
Why isn't there more? What's the connective tissue to all this? All of it felt like it was weird.
Yeah, very, very strange. And the Dynamite, the redemption aspect of this feels like Fastlane. This is what it feels like to me. Redemption immediately feels like, here's a show now that is like a big pay-per-view before our big pay-per-view of the year. And because of that, a lot of stuff going into it feels kind of inconsequential. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think that's a bad thing, but you kind of put yourself in a situation for it to be received in that way unnecessarily. And that's why I wonder what actually changed the plan with Kenny and Max, because it's kind of a big deal, and you can see how much it's impacted the build to this pay-per-view.
Yeah, because I saw a lot of people being like, after the Beach Break match, this is going to lead to a rematch with them at Redemption. And I'm like, it's not going to lead to a rematch with them at Redemption, which would have made some sense because you would have been telling the story one more time. Max is trying to get back into the main event of All In before it's all over. But now it's like Kevin the Jet Knight is catching strays because he's inserted into a no-win main event here with Kenny Omega, and we can see it coming from a mile away.
Yes, and stoked for Kevin.
Absolutely.
I think it's great. And I think this is the same thing that happened last year with All Out with Hangman and Fletcher, and that match ended up being really good.
Yep.
I think the same thing is going to happen here. I think this is going to be a really good match. I think it's incredible that Kevin is getting a main event. As somebody that's a fan of the guy, and he just seems like a great guy, I'm very happy for him. And I thought the stuff with him and Kenny this week was good. I thought his promo when he came out was good. I thought Kenny's response to him was perfect. And even his one-liner at the end when Kenny was trying to appeal to him and say, I know there's some goodness in there. And he says, there's no goodness left in me, just greatness. Great line. I thought all of that was good. I thought that was a great way to build that match up. I don't love the idea that they keep doing this thing with the TNT champion where the TNT champion isn't defending their belt at the pay-per-view. They challenge for the world championship. Not my favorite thing that AEW
that part
does.
Too. And then because Darby's mixed up, they're going to have a TNT title match before it. It's like, shouldn't they have all of his focus being on going for the world title? Like, this is the point of not having a champion go for another championship.
Right. And so that's not my favorite thing that AEW does. It's kind of confusing every time they do it.
Such a trope, too. They love it.
Yes. But, again, you have all of these dangling plot threads now from Max's title reign that are just there, and he's just gone. Because, I mean, you have that with Andrade now. Andrade is hot. He's incredibly hot. And every time he's on TV, he's saying, I want to be world champion. Hey, Max, I want to be world champion. Max ain't world champion anymore, so he's clearly not getting that match. But you're also not doing Andrade versus Kenny at the pay-per-view. You're doing Kenny versus Kevin. Okay. And, again, this isn't my problem with the match. Excited for Kevin, and I'm sure the match will be good. But when you're heading in this direction at one point, and then all of a sudden it stops and veers over there, I'm going to ask a question, right?
Yep. Yeah, you should.
Hey, you've been building the Young Bucks up all year. re-entering the tag title picture. Why are we doing Christian and Cope versus the Death Riders?
What are they doing over there? Is what I keep saying.
And even if you're going to pick Death Riders to challenge for the belts, the Death Riders that have been having tag matches every week and winning aren't the team that's in the match. It's not Ospreay and Moxley who have been having the matches on TV. It's Wait, okay. Sure. I mean, even the way Willow was brought back, and it seems pretty clear that the plan was always to just do Willow versus Mercedes.
Yes.
At All In. And so they're trying to pivot in this way, and they're doing Willow versus Tekla at Redemption. Even the execution of that is just kind of strange. Mm-hmm. And again, sure, the match will be good. I'm sure Willow's moment will be great. But when you also look at the fact that it seems pretty clear that Mercedes is the biggest star in this division by a mile, and everything she does is hitting. She stood out there and swung that belt around, and that's turned into this big meme. It's all over the timeline now. She went back to Boston, had that trios match that didn't have any stakes at the main event, but it did very well because it's Mercedes.
Yep.
That's the person.
She's the stakes now.
That's the person you should be putting everything behind to make champion.
Mm-hmm. The biggest star in the division should be the champion, and she's the biggest star in the division.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so much here that I don't know. I'm so confused by it. Like, what's going on? Like, and let's move on. I don't want to ask any more questions because it's gonna turn into this thing that I get irritated with, and it's the same thing I just saw happen with Brian when Brian asked questions and people got mad at Brian, and Brian wasn't wrong. It's just that you can't even ask questions because then people are like, "Oh, you're criticizing it too much," and blah 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 blah. I don't know what's going on. And like the Swerve thing in particular, like I'm just kind of confused by it. And the Hangman thing is just, it's been bizarre from jump for me. Even putting that stipulation on the match, I've never understood it. I don't know why we're going in that direction with the character. And Hangman's great. Hangman's one of the best characters in wrestling. If anybody can come up from under this and come out on the other side, he can. I just don't know why you would put him in that position as a character. I just don't.
Before we move forward, did Maxwell Jacob Friedman elevate anyone as champion? Is my question. We were talking about elevation earlier. I'm like, did Max?
Darby?
Did Max do that?
Well, Darby beat him.
Yeah. But I feel like his elevation was without, like, I wouldn't attribute MJF to it, but you could.
I mean, he just eventually lost to him, but.
Who came out better after a feud with Max, besides Max, is my question.
Darby. Darby's the closest I got.
Because there's some connective tissues. That's it. That's all. I'm like, because on one end, I'm like, the real top guy here, as we're saying, is MJF. Like,
absolutely.
If he's elevated, he's coming up, and no matter how any of these guys happen, he still comes out on top. And that's the true grit of a real top guy. And so I'm like, one hand, you guys got a bona fide top star, blah, 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 that you can essentially do anything with. But is that helping the rest of the people? And I guess that's another story for another day, you know?
Yeah. I think it's Darby, but even the Darby stuff is interesting
line.
how it rolled out. I just, yeah, never mind. I won't. I, like I said, where the world title was heading at the end of 2025 and where it is now, and this build to redemption has been so, like, kind of slapdash, and then just even like Ospreay's trajectory this year and how he brought back, and a lot of this stuff I really liked. I liked the Moxley stuff, and everything I've been saying that I like about the Moxley stuff was kind of proven in the the segment where Darby approached Kenny and he's like, man, he's right. Like you can't reason with some people. You can't try to see the good in some people. Some people are just who they are. And then Mox showed up and he's like, yeah, some people are just who they are. And no matter how much they try to hide it. And he's looking right at Kenny. And all of that stuff is good because you have the lore between him and Kenny and you have the continuity with this company. I just think, sometimes a hat on a hat isn't necessary. And sometimes like there's extra stuff being added that I don't think is always necessary, if that makes sense. But
makes a lot of sense.
Redemption. This build is it's strange, and this week's episode was, like I said, prime example of what I'm saying about this build is strange, and the follow up to last week's episode. It was just a strange way to follow that episode up, and I didn't hate the episode as much as I saw some people did, like I said, because I liked the wrestling, but I did wonder, like, what's this? Why are you going? I don't know.
It just felt kind of there for a lot of it for me. I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, it didn't feel like there was a lot of redemption build in it, but it didn't feel like we were building to anything important, It was just everybody says there, hit your marks, you're going to set up a match, and then it's going to be fine, which is fine. But it just felt like there was going to be a little bit more. We're in the summer, wrestling's in this kind of lull period. We're building to the biggest fucking show of the year. So I just think there would be more,
But you're not. You're in the build to All In. Like you've got, like usually when it happens with WWE, it's after the big show.
Yeah, they're building to the big show.
Yeah, and it's like I said, that's why this feels a lot like Fastlane to me.
Yeah,
that's the closest comparison I can make, and that's not a bad thing because we've had great Fastlanes, and there's nothing wrong with the B pay.
And it's AEW, they're gonna fucking tear it up. They always do. Like Kenny and Jet is gonna be fire,
This is a company that don't miss when it comes to pay-per-view. I have no doubt that Redemption's going to be a good pay-per-view. It's going to pull together. But how we got there is odd. How we're getting there is odd.
And I think having questions about top stars is not odd, but what do I know? Top stars in their direction, I should say. Hey, what's going on here? I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
We got super chats.
We do.
Yep. Send a super chat. That's the best way to get your chat read on this podcast. You can also send us a humper chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
Yes, sir. We got a few more super chats and then shit, I don't know. What else? The homie Leonard Aaron says, waking up to see Tekla and Triangle winning gold lets me know I'm not being focused enough in my personal petty. Triangle versus Mercedes, Divine Dominion would be amazing heading into All In. Yeah, Phil kind of talked about this earlier. They can use these championships to help out with some stories and have some great matches with some other women. They had a couple of trios things this week, so it could mean something. Leonard also says MAGA Sports Entertainment is Lucy with the football, and their audience and fans are Charlie Brown. At some point, just stop aiming the ball.
Leonard, go get them hates in, buddy. He gonna get them hate tweets in for WWE. He gonna get them chats in. He gonna let you know at every turn. I do not like that company.
Meet Norman says King Oba and Charlotte both look dumb. He should have kept his title shot, and she should have stayed in her trailer. They love insulting our intelligence.
What Charlotte did?
Yeah, what trailer?
Oh, is it because she jumped in last night and got jumped or whatever happened?
Probably it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Oba thing. I think the more they try to understand to over explain why he's not using his title shot, I think the worse that they're making it. At this
Agreed.
point, you've already established he's not gonna use the title shot. The match is set. No, you don't have to keep going back. And every time Oba says something now to justify it, it makes it worse. It's like his answer on Monday of saying, "Okay, well, I knew Brock was going to interfere anyway, so I'm just going to face you first." No, that don't make
No,
sense because
no.
once it takes me out of it and I'm thinking, "Okay, somebody wrote this." And the same person that wrote this could have just not put him in a position where he would have to say that. Maybe if he was never going to use his title shot for SummerSlam, he shouldn't have won a tournament. I don't know.
They just keep trying to excuse it up, and the excuses are not working. But we're already moved past this. We're already into the match. So, like, just talk about the match. Don't have them keep justifying or trying to keep justifying it.
Yeah, I think you at this point you've made the decision what the match is. Just do the match, man. You already had your decisions in place for what both the matches were, so just keep it moving.
I just saw a funny ass. One of these super chats is really funny. Leonard says, people still out here deluding themselves that LeBron can be a difference maker for a title winning team. What's next? People wanting to see an X-Men movie with Cyclops as the focal point. I think there are people that do want that.
Comparing LeBron to Cyclops is crazy because you're comparing somebody that's very niche to somebody that has very loud and rapid defenders and is extremely popular. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's not very similar, Leonard. I know you're trying to get a dig in at me, but it's not really similar at all. I don't know what you're trying to do here, but
I love it.
Not similar at all.
LeBron and Cyclops. He got one eye.
Bro, I don't know. We're going to get a Cyclops movie, or we're going to get like a Cyclops story-driven thing in a movie. Just get ready for it, Leonard. He's the leader of the team. I don't care how much you like Wolverine.
Or at
He's
least
the leader of the team.
At least a miniseries at this point, you know?
Like, bro, it's coming. Just accept it.
Leonard also says, pro tip, if your number 2 has beaten you every time a title is on the line, your Samoan math ain't mathing.
That's the other part that I thought was funny about everything he was saying. I'm like, you can say everything you want. That guy's beat you in all of the big matches. So you got to tell everybody that he's number 2 and continue to bury him in front of people because you know the truth. Exactly. You ain't beat him. That's why you accepted the match. Mm-hmm.
And then that funny super chat I was talking about a few seconds ago, Devil Kazuya says Trench and Parker should be brought back for Swerve. That is like, how did you even remember their names? Is the funny part.
Hey man,
Trench and Parker.
Hey Parker doing seminars or something?
Now he's like some overseas somewhere world champion. They like him like out of America for sure. He's in like Pakistan or something doing wrestling. He's somewhere. Good for him. And then Shane Monster says, shout out to Sinner and Saint getting out of purgatory. Love to see them in ROH. Me too. Even though the ROH tag division is a full roster at this point. Yeah, the ROH tags division is really coming up. Some great additions. And I think Sinner and Saint would really help them a lot if they want to continue to make ROH into that. They're a great team. Like Motor City Machine Guns are coming. The tag divisions in a bunch of different companies could be great in a few weeks here.
Yeah. I thought about something immediately after that Parker thing, and I was like, nah, don't say that. I thought it was really funny in the moment, but I was like, nah.
Keep it.
Nah, don't say that. Hey, Streets is watching, man. You never know who's
watching, definitely.
You never know who's watching. You never can't just say everything you think. It's a tough lesson for me to learn. I'm not perfect. I make this mistake sometimes that I think something's really funny and I'll say it. And it's like, no, it's all right. Don't do that.
Then I open my phone. I'm like, wait, this was just a joke. I thought these people are really serious about this, and they're always serious about this every time. Yeah.
Yeah. We got some more Hopper chats. We've got one from Tony P. He says, the Han / what the fuck, Tony. Tony. Okay. let me get this out before I read it. Tony says, the Han / what the fuck, Boozy, you dumb nigga, you really believe 2 white men with connections to Trump was going to get you pardoned? You take the L and be on your way. You're not getting that money back. So now she the slander over her slander, rant incoming. I forgot this was news. Have you seen this?
The Boozy thing? Yeah.
Apparently, if you guys have not seen it, Boozy paid a few hundred G's to some lobbyists to try to get Trump to pardon him. And now he's like, they took his money and ran, and he doesn't know what happened.
What do you think happened, G?
Listen, man, if somebody call you and they're like they're the Nigerian prince and send them some money, you can't get mad.
Hey, the Nigerian prince took all my money. I want it back. You're not getting it back, dog. It's gone.
So you got.
Hey, they're gonna pay for this. They're not gonna pay for this.
You got. You're not getting this money back, buddy. Yeah.
I just didn't know. I learned some things. I was like, oh, that's what a pardon is. It's money, of course. Like, shouldn't be surprised, but it's like,
yeah,
bro, try to pay for that. Like, take these. I think it was like close to 700,000 or something like that. Take this.
Boy, Boozy's learning that hard lesson. They will always let you know you're not like us. That's what they can do. They can pay and some money is exchanged and that pardon come out. You are still black. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you thought this was, but no.
A black ghetto rapper from the hood, like, dog. Like, what do you? Come on. You know how they probably laughed when he sent that wire in. You can't believe he would do this.
Yeah, getting scammed out of $600K is crazy.
And then going out loud, hey, I need restitution. I don't think you're gonna. I think you. This is it.
And coming out loud and being like, "Hey, man, I got doing something illegal. Hey, dog, this is illegal."
And what a whack ass nigga too. Like, you expect us to be like, yeah, oh yeah, we got your back. No, dog, you was trying to get pardoned from this fool too. Like, what part of this did he think was gonna be good? I don't understand.
Bro came out, snitched on himself, and was like, "Damn, my money though. You gotta get that money back."
He's like, no, don't worry about the pardon. I just want my money. That's not how this works, G. That's not how this works at all.
Yeah. Boozy, man. I don't know what Boozy on, but every time I see something related to him, I keep strolling now. I can't.
I haven't watched a clip in 4 years where I'm like, yeah, he said that or he did that. I'm always like, why do they keep? Why do they keep?
Tony P also says, first of all, she had never really been a small Joshi. Even in Japan indie scene, she was seen as one of the stronger ones and has wrestled as a heel at times, hence bully Shida, and has shown her power in AEW. And second, she is older. Yeah, I haven't paid any attention to this weight shaming stuff, and the people making the Shida nickname are very funny. Of course, the funny one, not people being disrespectful and gross and misogynistic and sexist. Like, not those people. But the other nickname that's going around is really funny. I think Shida looks great. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know why you can't just keep it to your enjoyment of the show. And if you're not enjoying what she's doing on the show, that's fine. That's subjective. But, like, her weight don't have nothing to do with that. Like, And I know it's a body business, it's an entertainment business, but like let's have some coof.
Please. If you wouldn't say this to somebody's face, that's a stupid thing to say there. It's the internet.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's dumb, and it feels like it happens a lot more with women, obviously, but
Yes,
it's
it
stupid.
does. Mm-hmm.
It's really stupid. Which we're getting Sheeta versus Amanada. Sounds fire.
Tonight. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. Amanada got a haircut. She looked fine. Well, and everything that she does makes herself looks extra fine. But I'm excited about that.
Tony P continues. He says, even so, she hasn't gained much weight for real. This is a woman who will live stream herself playing games and will work out during it at times and do workout punishments. With some of these, the same losers can't even wash their ass and wonder why they are bitchless. I didn't see a lot of this, Tony. When I see certain directions, certain things are going, I check out.
I'm out. Yeah, it's the only way to have a sane mind out here.
Yeah, I try not to engage people as well because I find a lot of times that makes it worse. We saw what happened with this Kenny thing. I think Kenny meant well, but as soon as he engaged, you saw what happened. Yeah.
There's agendas. Even if you think you're gonna win, you're not.
There's no winning on Twitter, buddy.
There's
no winning. It don't matter what you say. It don't matter how you say it. People are going to turn it into something else, and it just don't matter. So.
And like I always say, even if you win, like you got over, you still didn't win. There's no winning here.
Tony continues. He says, then on the opposite end of Sheeta, we have Olivia, who lost some stands. You have some trying to still defend her, saying character slander or hit job. But is it really when she is promoting something that is dangerous to a lot of her stands who are LGBTQ+?
Olivia. I was confused. I was like,
I thought they were talking about the G Unit artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Candy Shop Olivia is who I thought they were talking about. Wrestlers are wrestlers. No one's surprised here. But a lot of people that are not out loud about their stuff are doing some even wilder shit. So it's like, if you want to go down that path, you can, but like, you might not have anybody that you like after the end of it. And that could be fine too. That should be fine.
Yeah. I assume most wrestlers are linked to or have terrible political or social views. I'm not shocked at this point when it comes out because I am already assuming that that's the case. And there's a lot attached to the Liv thing that he's talking about that there could be some plausible deniability on her side. We don't know how much she knew about the church she was promoting, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't look good. And she'll probably never say anything about it because, of course, like I said earlier, when you engage, that makes it worse. And unfortunately, because she's probably not going to say anything about this tweet, people are going to run with assumptions, and that's going to also make it worse.
There's no winning here for her. Like, even if she has the best explanation, people have already made their minds up.
Correct. So, it is what it is. It did not look good when I saw it. But again, I didn't want to jump to conclusions and run with it. It did not look good, though. From another one from Tony P says, may have missed something, but that's okay. Other than the fuck all fascists, this orange turd who allows explosive diarrhea and his henchmen / fans. Stay safe today. Wear a mask if you go out and protect each other. Peace and love. Appreciate you always, Tony.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.
From Dex Baker, he says, can we also point out the jet speed booking pivoted to Max hasn't connected. It was Swerve. Sorry, Max wasn't connected. It was Swerve and Hangman on TV back in November. Even the trios belts were involved, and then everything changed around World 10. That's all I'm asking, guys. I'm not crazy here. I'm not this person that has this big string diagram in my house pointing all these things in one way to make this conspiracy. I'm just asking questions because it looked like things were going in one way and all of a sudden it changed. That the Kevin Knight stuff is a good example because Kevin Knight looked like he was heading in a direction. It was stuff with him that was linked to Swerve, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And all of a sudden it was linked to stuff with Max and then Don Callis family. Why did that change? And if it changed, did it change for the better? That's all I'm asking. I don't know. It just looks weird to me, and if I was enjoying it and it wasn't stuff that's taking me out of it, that's making me ask that question, fine. But yeah, it's just several things here that feel that way, and it has been for months. I've been holding off on asking this question for months, but there's been multiple things this week that I'm like, hey, am I the only person that sees this or no?
Yeah, it didn't improve as what it is.
Yeah. Another one from Dex. He says, more on the World's End switch up. The Death Rider story has turned hard, not just how they stopped teasing the turn on Mox. Anyone remember the month they were full baby faces against Don Callis family with that crazy tag match on TV? Yeah. Yes. It took a sharp turn. Like, they're kind of tweeners now.
Mm-hmm.
They're still leaning on some of the roots of the group, which I like. But something happened there. I don't know what it is, but something happened. And it's kind of my job to ask the question, isn't it? As somebody that writes about these things and covers them. Listen, I would love to come on here and tell you guys every week, I love Dynamite. I love everything this company does. But that just isn't realistic, and that's just not the job. And if somebody doesn't enjoy that that's not the job, I don't know what to tell you. Because if you're just a fan and you just watch the show for the enjoyment, that's different than what I do on this podcast. That's different what anybody does for their podcast. That's different than what anybody does that covers this. It isn't anybody's job to cover things specifically the way you want them to. I wish people would learn that, but I feel like they just won't. And so I feel like this is going to fall on deaf ears, but it was worth saying anyway.
Gotta get it out there.
That's our last Humper Chat. I appreciate you guys as always. I think that is our last Super Chat.
I think we have one more for the homie Leonard Aarons. Leonard Aarons, who says, pro tip, if you give money to a con man, it's not on them for taking your money, whether it's Trump, EA, whoever. Be smart with your money. Yeah, if they, like Phil said, if the Nigerian prince runs off with your cash, you got to take that L, dog. If you hand your phone to somebody on the street to something and they take all the money out your Cash App, sometimes that's just the game, G.
Yes.
That's all of our Super Chats. Appreciate you, Leonard Aaron.
No, man, there's plans. There's plans, Shane Monster, because they did that commercial for Swerve where he's doing a heavy headphones. Yeah, there has to be a plan.
Big headphones. Mm-hmm.
There has to be a plan. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, Jordan. Be smart with your money. If you learned anything from any of this, be smart with your money.
That's the main thing.
I think we hit everything. Saturday Night Main Event is tonight. This card does not look great. I cannot say that I am excited for what they laid out for us at Madison Square Garden. It's kind of crazy that this is the show for Madison Square Garden as well.
MSG used to be something, and now what is it?
Yeah, and it's 4 matches. I believe they are adding a Trick Williams match that's not on the official card. It's on the pre-show, which I didn't even know there was a pre-show for Saturday Night Main Event.
Learn something new every day.
Did I read that correctly? Let's make sure I've read that correctly. I thought that's what that said. Yeah, it says on YouTube, Trick Williams versus Laredo Kid on the countdown.
Huh. Yeah, that's that.
Why isn't that on? You've got 4 matches on this show.
They they like their 4 match cards. That's it. Can't mess with that.
Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got 4 match card for that. Might as well run through it while I have it in front of me. Danhausen versus JD McDonough in a no disqualification match. Danhausen's clearly winning here. They basically booked this show around Danhausen.
Mm-hmm.
Bree and Paige will be defending the tag titles against Fatal Attraction. I'm kind of confused with the direction for Fatal Influence because when they came up, they came in hot. They were giving JC the big wins, and then she lost her match last night for this qualifying match, which this whole interim title thing, also a choice.
Awful. God awful.
But yeah, I would think this is the move. You just put the belts on Fatal Influence here, but I'm not as certain because of the way they've been booked as of recently.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that was adversity to get them to this moment. It could be the shining thing, but I don't know.
Right. So I think Paige and Bree are probably gonna retain.
For it being Saturday night's main event, I can't see the big change happening here. But I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe Orion's right. Orion's saying Orion's saying I think Nikki returns tonight.
Okay.
So maybe Nikki returns and they turn on Paige or they do something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the booking for Fatal Influence has been kind of all over the place. And it seemed like they were very much behind them at one point, and now they're not. I don't know. I don't know what changed. Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria is happening here. I thought sure this was going to be a SummerSlam match. I got to assume Lyra's winning to justify this heel turn.
They got to put a stamp on it somehow, right? And that's what all this is leading to. That's why Bailey's been playing the role that she's playing. That makes the most sense, I thought. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. The Lyra heel turn. It kind of feels like they're setting her up to put her with Tatum Paxley. Because she kind of looks like Tatum now.
That's the way you become friends. You look just like them.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. And I kind of feel like they're going to be a tag team. And that's going to be how Lyra gets a tag run. And Bailey's going to be on the outside looking in. Maybe I'm overguessing it, but that's what it kind of looks like to me.
That could be a thing.
Yeah, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sami Zayn is going to be the main event. They added the stipulation that if Gunther and Sami win, they will be added to the SummerSlam match, and it will be a fatal 4-way.
Well, there you go. Match results there. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes going over pretty easily tonight.
Yes, I don't think that changes anything. I think it's a way of trying to add stakes to this, but I still think that Cody and Punk are winning. I still think that's a one-on-one match. I still think they're doing this Nick Aldis Gunther thing. They've put too much TV time and build into it for me to think otherwise.
Right. Yeah. Like they would do that and then mess up the main event this many weeks out. I couldn't see it. So yeah, Punk and Cody got that. It's a way to get them on the show and mean something.
4 matches. That's all you get. No more, no less. One on the countdown. So tune in for that. That's all we got for you guys. I don't think we have any more super chats. I just want to double check.
That's all of them.
I will double check, see if we have any humper chats.
Humpies. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are dope. As always.
Sounds like a nap. It's hilarious. Yeah. Why are you joking? It might be a nap for me because I'm definitely gonna be
Yeah.
up to watch the G1. So it might be a nap for me for real.
Mhm.
I might watch it later. So
For real.
I don't know. And there's a lot on that show that feels like filler anyway. I don't think you're necessarily missing anything if you don't watch it.
You'll be all right.
That is all of our Humper Chats. Appreciate you guys as always for sending in your super and Humper Chats. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. We will be back at our usual time slot next Saturday. But until then, this has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsay. Sprite is Reg. We're out of here.
Peace.